from another planet? Is Janet 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 from another planet?
Today's digital landscape with the spread of false information can lead to dangerous outcomes. It's crucial for everyone to think critically and verify sources and reflect on the impact of what they share. Let's promote responsible communication to ensure that truth prevails and actions remain rooted in reality.
The opinions you're about to hear on this show are strictly those of the panel.
The following program is rated TV MA LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome on the eve of the Independence Day for 250 years of freedom. Wow, it's amazing. So, hello, Ruben. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I love your flag. It's awesome.
Yeah, had to get the prop out.
Yeah, and I
Prop?
got
It's not a prop.
But I'm also wearing my fireworks shirt that I'm going to be wearing tomorrow. Going to picnic, and hopefully it'll be fun. But hopefully it can last through the heat. So man, it's just been killer. I've been taking my chickens out and my chicks and my.
So you went out and you had roasted chickens?
Not yet, but I'm gonna.
Scrambled eggs.
But you have any plans for tomorrow?
No.
Just trying to stay cool in this weather, because I know a lot of people that wanted to do something.
Well, I've been trapped in hells for a long time now, so I'm just trying to get out.
Yeah.
Hopefully 2027 will be a better year. So
yeah,
I got one more commitment here at the end of the month. Funeral. I got my stuff out of storage. It's all here now. So I'm going to go through and do a final purge before going to September, hopefully going on a trip to somewhere September. It's the turning point for my life, and then start a new life, hopefully in January if nothing changes. So I'm still looking for work and trying to find something. So who knows? Got to stay positive.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, try to at least. It's not easy. It's really not easy, because if it was just us controlling what we do in our own lives, it probably wouldn't be that bad. But everyone else that's in your life also causes, hiccups and, your job or lack of a job, people being ill or you being ill, things like that. So, it's tough, but, just get up each day and hopefully it'll get a little bit better each day.
Correct.
And that's all we can do. But I wanted to start off tonight, since tomorrow is the 4th, and all of us, I'm not going to be streaming or anything. I'll probably taking pictures and stuff like that, depending on what happens. But I wanted to play this because I'd never seen it before, and I really hadn't heard of this gentleman before until last night, somebody sent me a video, and I watched it, and I've watched it multiple times already since. It's very inspiring, and I just thought it would be really good to do. And it's been so long since I've been to a rodeo. I mean, about 20 years. So this video has made me want to start looking for a rodeo to go to, but once it starts to cool off a little. But man, I just want to share this because I just really think it's good for everybody to listen to. So here we go. I'm gonna turn it on.
And now he is on a mission to heal America. In our nation, where, let's face it, there are some divisions, this man reaching out to school children across the country, the presentation you're about to see has been shared with 100,000 elementary school kids all over America.
Whoa.
Ladies and gentlemen,
okay, hands
it's my
down.
honor, my privilege, and my pleasure to introduce to you an American hero. Say hello to Van Morris.
Thank you, sir, for your service to God.
Thank you.
May God bless you and your family.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
The Old Glory presentation that you're about to witness is a time-honored tradition that symbolizes our service members, our veterans, and first responders rise through the ranks. But most importantly, it represents their love for a nation that they so proudly served. Now, if I can get all of you to use your imagination, imagine our flag having a personality. What type of attitude and swagger do you think it would have? Now imagine the flag having a voice. What exactly would it say to its outstanding service members, its veterans, its first responders? What would it say to you? Well, I would like to draw your attention to just one fact. The fact of the matter is, the United States flag is the most recognized symbol in the world for peace and freedom. And my friends, when it comes to freedom, well, freedom is not free. It comes with a price paid for by our prisoners of war, our missing in action. We have over 80,000 missing in action personnel right now, today, by our veterans who have accumulated countless injuries and disabilities, and our outstanding service members who are serving around the globe in defense of our great nation. So let there be no doubt that I believe that if our flag could speak, it would say, I am the flag of the United States of America, but my name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings, and I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically across the great institutions of learning, and I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, truth, honor, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident. I am brave. I am proud, and I am ready. When I am flown with my fellow banners, my head is held a little higher. My colors are a little truer. Except for my God, I bow to no one. And I'm recognized all over the world. I am sovereign. I am saluted. I am respected. I am honored. I am loved. And yet I am feared. I have fought in every battle of every war for more than 250 years. Some of these battles include Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Aragon Forest, Anzio, Rome, the beaches of Normandy, Guam, Okinawa, Korea, Quezon, Saigon, Vietnam, Afghanistan, Iraq, Kuwait, and Syria, and scores of other places long forgotten by all. Except those that were there with me, I know because I was there. I led my special operations forces in the quiet of the night and at the tip of the spear. I saw them fight fearlessly around the globe every day. I watched over them even during the casualties of Desert One, and they still loved me. I was on a small hill, Iwo Jima, I was dirty, battle worn, and tired. But my soldiers, sailors, airmen, Coast Guardsmen, these Marines, they all cheered me, and I was so very proud. I was at Ground Zero in New York City on September the 11th when cowardly fanatics attacked America. I was raised from the ashes of once proud buildings by brave firefighters and police. These were heroes who risked their lives to save others, showing all that America, although bloody, will never be beaten, because those who destroy me cannot win. For I am the symbol of freedom, of one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on in the streets of my own country. And when it is done by those whom I have served with in battle, well, that hurts. But hear me today when I say, I will overcome because I am strong. I have slipped the surely bounds of earth, and from my vantage point on the moon, I stand watch over the uncharted new frontiers of space. And I have been that silent witness to all of America's finest hours. But my finest hour comes when these stripes are torn into strips to be used as bandages to cover the wounds of my fellow comrades. And also when I am lowered to half staff to honor my soldiers, sailors, airmen, Coast Guardsmen, Marines, Guardians, and first responders. But most importantly, when I'm placed into the trembling arms of a grieving mother at the gravesite of her fallen son or daughter, I am so very proud. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wave, dear God, long may I wave. Thank you.
Beautiful. I just love that. Every time I watch it, I just get goosebumps. I guess maybe just because I'm a military kid, but it's just that was beautiful tribute to the flag. And it's sad that some people have been told to take the flag down that they have out in their front yard because they're not allowed to have it because they're in one of those HOA, neighborhoods, things like that. When you can't wave the American flag in the United States of America, which is what that flag stands for, it's pretty sad. I don't know how we ever got to that point, but I just wanted to share that because I just really felt that it was a good thing to start off with. And I'm going to get that real quick. Let me get the link for that and share it in the chat for anyone who's interested to share it with someone else tomorrow, because it really is beautiful. And it's nice to know that he travels around and goes to schools and talks to kids about what the flag means and what it symbolizes. And I think that's a worthy goal for anyone, So I just want to share it. But let's see, what was that next thing I had? Because even though the 4th of July is tomorrow, we still have a lot of things going on that we can't do anything about, really. We have to just a second, let me bring this up. Turn that one off. Sorry. I always try to get these in order, and for some reason it just doesn't seem like I ever do it right. Down at the other end. Yeah, this one. Yeah, here is one of them I was going to share. Have you heard about the new gentleman, Bill Pullett, I think is how you pronounce his name? Okay. Well, I'm going to share this because he's been busy already. So I got a few things I want to play with him.
We've got D&I Pulte over there as the new director. We also know you have the task force set up on declassification, maybe talking about international, maybe looking at some declassification. Are you able to give us an update on that?
Declassify almost everything. And, by the way, we have Jay Clayton is going in. Bill Pulte's a very talented guy, but he's just there temporarily until Jay Clayton. And Jay Clayton is going through the process. And Jay Clayton, highly respected, and so is Bill Pulte. But Bill is there just for a fairly short period of time. But while he's there, I said, you can declassify whatever you want.
Do you think we're going to get some soon, or maybe 2020?
I told him you can do it as fast. You got to ask him. But I think he's a friend of yours. I think that Bill will declassify. I told him you can declassify whatever you want. So Bill's there just for maybe a month or 2 months or something, and Jay is going through the process. He's got a hearing in 2 weeks. Highly respected man, Jay Clayton. Okay? Thank you.
I just thought that was funny when he said he's only going to be there for a few months, but I told him he could declassify anything he wants. So it's like having a key to every single door. I guarantee the Democrats don't want to, and anyone else, even the rhinos that have something to hide and don't want it out there, are not happy with this, having this person with the keys. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought that was funny because that's what I wanted to open with that, because the next thing, if I open the right one, so let's make sure I do that. Hold on. A lot of these are different things about things that we're trying to get declassified, and I think this is it. Oh, I don't know if I'm clicking on the right one or not. Yeah, I think it is, but yeah, here it is. So let me play this one for you.
They are now out of a job. Their firings, which they were informed about just yesterday, are part of an effort ushered in by the new acting director of national intelligence, Bill Pulte. An intelligence official who spoke on condition of anonymity due to the potential for reprisal told MS Now these officials are being dismissed because leadership believes that they have withheld intelligence. That allegation, one former official refers to as, quote, absurd. It comes as former special counsel Jack Smith. They are now.
I think it's funny because he's already using the scissors to get rid of people too. So the thing is, can they, take us to court, or the rest of the United States or whatever for being fired? So do you think all of them are going to do that?
No.
So I'm just wondering what they're going to do. But it's funny that it seems like Trump is pretty good at picking people that hit the ground running. With Tulsi Gabbard and Kennedy, and it just seems like Hegseth, everyone that he's put in there has been going gangbusters since they've been in there. And this guy knows he's not going to be in there that long, so he only has a limited amount of time for him to start opening all these doors and getting rid of people. If he feels like they're compromised or they're not fulfilling their duties, he just says goodbye. And he doesn't have to worry about the long term of it because he knows he's only in there for a short time. Now, the gentleman that's going to step up and take his place, now he's going to probably get the brunt of of all the bitching and moaning going on. But let me say hi real quick to everybody in the chat before I get too forward. Hello. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Oh, I guess she was trying to share flags. I wonder why we can't see it. Isn't that weird? Sorry, baby.
Well, that's what happens when you because the chat won't show the actual flag. It'll just show what it is. It's always like that.
I just think it's weird that we don't get to see it. I wish we could. I know that in some apps they have special emojis and stuff that show up, but I guess it doesn't happen in StreamYards and these programs. If you were live on the other apps, it probably could see it. But yeah, I just wanted to share this real quick. And this was the link to the beautiful thing about Old Glory, if you want to keep it. And hello, thank you, Omen Screaming Raven. Good evening to you, and I hope that you have something planned really nice for tomorrow with your family and friends, or whatever, however you want to celebrate Independence Day. I don't know. I haven't really. It's been a couple of years since I've seen live fireworks. Besides like sparklers and things like that. But I haven't really gone to anything because it's always either too hot or I got up too early and I just can't stay up late enough. So, it gets hard, especially in this heat. But let me go to the next thing now. Shut that off. But do you like my background? I picked the American flag on America. I thought that was pretty nice. So
Oh yes.
I like it. It doesn't move though. I was trying to find one that waved, but I couldn't figure that out. I didn't have enough time. Okay. Oh, here is something I wanted to share. Before I open this, I wanted to talk to you. Did you get to watch Citizen Vigilante yet?
Yes, I saw it.
All right. Well, I've talked to I don't know how many people, and they were all watching. They said the movie wasn't really well made, or you could tell that they didn't spend a lot of money in certain areas and things like that on it, but that the story was very important. So I thought it was good. I thought the premise behind the story was spot on. And when I posted on my YouTube, I wrote that it was the best movie I've seen since The Sound of Freedom, because it's like right down that genre where it's basically not supposed to be a great movie for an Academy Award, but a movie to open your eyes and make you think about things that are going on around you. And so that came out, and people were saying they were worried that because that came out, that it's going to cause people to start doing things that they normally wouldn't do and making it worse. You know what I mean? But I don't think it will. I really don't. But
no, because the same thing happened in 1974 with Death Wish. There was a movie called Citizen Joe also that came out.
Tall.
Yeah, again, it's so weird when there's an issue or a problem, like, a superhero does something or whatever, or a regular citizen does it, like even as innocuous as Roadhouse, when you have a gang, people want somebody to say enough is enough, and if the local authorities aren't doing anything, someone has to step up. And being a vigilante, again, vigilante, that's where that's the root of vigilante is villager. The villagers are doing something. The people, common folks, do something. That is the root of the word. So citizen vigilante, it's a citizen villager, whatever, the same thing.
Well, so that's why I wanted to say that, because after that movie came out and it was free on X for like three days, something like that. This came across my timeline, which I thought was hilarious. And it says a real life Mexican Batman is making headlines. I just thought it was really funny.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
Yeah, the way that they were talking about it. It says a mysterious vigilante has reportedly been capturing suspected motorcycle thieves, beating them and taping them to street poles. Stolen motorcycles are allegedly left beside the suspects as evidence of their supposed crimes. I just think this was the duct tape is what makes it so funny. I mean, I don't want to see anybody beat or anything like that, because we don't really know whether or not they committed a crime. See, that's what makes it so bad, is that they did this, and when the cops do get them, it's going to be really hard for them to prove that these are the people that did this crime, if it was a crime. See what I mean? That's the only bad thing about being a vigilante when it comes to this type of thing, like Batman. Batman basically worked with the police officers to help stop crimes, or stop crimes in the process of it being, happening. But and this guy probably did too, but it's going to be hard to prove it in court, and that's the only thing that makes it hard for people to step in. Now, I know that there's been a few videos I've seen come out on different platforms, TikTok, Instagram, X, Rumble, where you'll have a cop and he's struggling on the side of the road with someone on the street, and a person will pull over or be riding a motorcycle or a bike and get off and then jump and try to help the police officer and until they can get cuffs on the person and stuff like that. Now, that's not the same thing as being a vigilante, but I'm just saying. So I'm just hoping that more people, instead of worrying about doing what this guy did, is by calling 911 instead of standing there with your phone and taking a video of whatever's happening, you know what I mean? And not doing anything, especially if somebody's getting, injured or robbed or whatever else. So you can help that way. Be a vigilante by helping people in your community by calling 911, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm hoping, but we'll see. But I just thought that was funny because, and that's why I brought the Citizen Vigilante movie up, is because that right here basically made headlines. It was on everything. I mean, it was everywhere for a little bit, for like a whole day, 24 hours, 48 hours after the movie came out. So I just wanted to share that because I just really thought it was funny.
Yeah. What does Lloyd have? Lloyd, did you send it to her in a chat or what? Because he has something over it.
Oh, I don't know. What is it? Do I gotta go look at my Discord?
I have no idea.
Yeah, let me Where
go
is
look.
What is it? Oh, here he is. Hello.
Hey.
Welcome.
Sorry I'm late.
It's okay. How are you? And are you all ready to have some fun or relax or whatever for the 4th of July tomorrow?
Oh God, yeah. This is my two favorite holidays. It's Christmas. Well, Christmas because, well, let's see. I'll show you. Ta-da. My dad was Santa Claus. What can I say?
Yeah.
In fact, hold on. Let me show you what I mean. Where is he? There he is. There's Dad. Okay. There. That's my dad.
Oh, I know. You showed me this picture. You're adorable.
Well, that's my nephew, Dustin.
Oh, I thought that was you sitting on your dad's lap.
No, that's my my nephew.
Is that a real beard? Is that a real beard?
Yep.
I can see why they picked him to be Santa Claus. I've gotten to take nieces and nephews to see Santa, and they had people they'd hired. They had real beards, and man, that is just super cool when you get a Santa that's got a real beard and everything for the kids.
Well, one of the reasons why I keep this shaved as a goatee is because I look so much like my dad. But even like this, whenever I'm out, if it wasn't for the fact that whenever I'm not using my crutches, kids will look at me and go, oh, just like they did with Dad. And,
oh, yeah, especially around getting closer to the holiday, I can see why kids would get all like, I got to be good in front of him because he'll write it down on his list that I'm being bad to my mom or whatever. So I think it's adorable. But you missed. I played a really cute opening of a gentleman talking about Old Glory, and he travels around. He goes to the schools and stuff. And it's just, to me, it's so good. I will share. I'm gonna get that really quick and.
That's the video you sent me, right?
I don't know. Is it the giant American flag and he's at a rodeo?
No, this is the Van Morris one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's a different one of it, but this one's at a rodeo. But it's still the same story and stuff. But isn't
Lloyd
it?
Wants to know if you can send it.
Do what?
Lloyd wants to know if you can send it.
Yeah, you can send it. If you can, are you going to send it to me on Discord? Because I went to my Discord to check to see if you sent it, and I didn't see anything different than our earlier conversation. So,
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, so I'll have to wait and see what it is. I'm sure it's something he drew or painted or something because he's really, really talented. Have you guys seen any of his work?
Somebody wants to say hi.
Hello.
Oh, hello, little kitty.
There. You better now.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
Well, his name is Kraken. And see, take a look at him. This is Kraken. The other little guy who's gray and black, his name is Prince. And if I hold him like this, you'd see this big thing right here because it'd be his belly. Prince is fat boy. He's
So
fatter than me.
that cat you're holding right now, though, he looks young. It's like a younger cat.
Yeah, he's a year and a half old. They both are. The only difference is like I said, Prince eats a lot. He eats Kraken's food, which is hilarious.
That's funny.
And they it's a pain in the butt sometimes. They're spoiled. They know it. But have you been watching the videos of all the British people coming to the United States and eating food here?
Yeah, I've seen. It's not just the British. There's been other countries too.
The Japanese dude that tried Texas brisket, he was doing this number. It was great. And there's this one Japanese guy who came to the United States, and he's going from restaurant to restaurant trying them out. And he was sitting there talking about the fact that he went to a Mexican restaurant, and they just kept bringing chips and salsa to him. And
Chips and salsa.
And in Japanese culture, you're supposed to eat everything that's put in front of you. And then once they finished their chips and salsa, they brought more. And he's like going, "Oh my God." And he just kept he filled up on chips and salsa, and he says, "I have dishonored my family because I'm too old to eat anything else." It was so cute. And there's another video that's this elderly granddad. He just turned 93 years old, and his daughter is fixing him American cuisine. Americans have been sending them American recipes of various American foods, and she's been fixing American food for him. And he's been loving the American food so much, he's actually been learning how to speak American instead of English. He's actually adopted y'all as a word to use. And it's so cute. He had his first peanut butter and jelly sandwich and couldn't believe how good that was. Then he had American corned beef, because you would think English corned beef would be what we eat, but it's not. Their corned beef is what we refer to as corned beef and hash in the can. And oh man, it is so cool watching him eat American food for the first time. He fell in love with peach cobbler. Oh, there's so many good ones, man. And watching all these people talking about how their media had always portrayed Americans as rude, crude, and socially unacceptable, and arrogant and everything else. And this one British dude was talking about the fact that he got lost, and it was something else. And he was talking about how the Americans that he had met were so kind, considerate, and humble. And then at one of the games, the sound went out while they were singing the other team's anthem, and the Americans stood up and sang their anthem for them. And it wasn't it was the Canadian anthem, and they actually sang the Canadian anthem as it was originally written, and not the rewrite that Cass Trudeau had changed the words for. And he
Sorry,
says,
I'm trying to open this stuff that he's trying to send me because he wants me to show it, but I got to make sure it's not copyrighted or whatever.
"Oh yeah."
So give me a second. Just keep talking because I'm trying to figure this out. I don't know what I'm doing.
All right. But yeah, I mean, I've been watching these videos all week, and well, the past 2 weeks now, and I didn't get to do Fireside Chat this week because of my health. My foot was hurting too bad, and then yesterday I had to go to the VA to do lab work and meet with the patient's advocate. And while I was there, I told them what my doctor had said about the VA's no longer giving methadone for pain management. And when you've got 3 separate nurses giving you the "what the hell are you talking about" look, that's when you know something's up. And they told me,
heavy storms going on right now.
That's not fun, man. We had that last night.
Yeah, we had sirens already going off, but I'm fine. It's just weird. Sorry.
Well, if the tornado comes through, just do the Bugs Bunny. Get a whistle and striped t-shirt and go, beep, stop. Penalty box. And odds are it'll look at you and say, and then slap the shit out of you. But you'll get points, especially when you get up to the pearly gates and St. Peter's looking at you going, you do realize Bugs Bunny's a cartoon, right?
Well, I opened it, but I don't know. It's not doing anything. So
hold on, let me grab it.
Okay. I don't know what it is, and I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with it. Sorry. That's why
hold
I like
on, I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up.
All right, I appreciate it. It's something he made.
Powder toy? Independence Day?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember, Miss Janet. You like Harry Potter too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which house?
Oh, hit play. Okay, hold on.
I didn't see a play. That's what I was looking for.
I see a play button.
Oh, I see it now. I saw the little orange lock, and I was like, "Well, how do I open it?" See?
Yeah, it's the one above it. Play the.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that one. I was thinking about the orange tag that looks like it's.
Do you want to share it then, or no?
Yeah, let me open it up for you. No, you share it down there, so I can put it up for you if you don't mind. I don't want to mess it up.
Oh, okay. You want to put it in private? Okay, I'll put it in private chat.
Okay,
it's in private now.
All right. So if I open it up, okay, let me open it real quick. Here we go. Okay, you see it?
I see it. You can make it bigger.
Okay, how do I make it bigger?
That would be the. I don't know.
See, that's why I was gonna let you open it, because I don't know how to make it bigger. I don't know how to figure that out until I have somebody sitting next to me to show me how to do stuff. I just don't know how to do it.
You want me to share it then?
Yeah, I mean, if I don't know how to make it bigger. Here, let me close it on my end.
What? Okay. You do this. You do a share. You do where the hell is it? This one. Hit share.
Okay.
I'm going to make it bigger. Make it bigger.
There we go. Oh, see, I don't know how to do that.
And then hit play.
Okay, now hit play, and what happens?
I don't know. Ooh. Establish. Oh. Nice.
So what is it?
It says established in God Bless America.
Yeah. Okay, I see that now.
Yeah. I hit play. Ooh, look at that. That's it. Unless I've been saying wrong.
That's what I said.
Oh, you can draw on it.
Oh,
okay.
It's something you can make pictures on?
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't even know that.
And what is the things at the bottom?
I have no idea.
Yeah, see.
Big.
A fighter.
Oh, you can add shit to this. Oh, okay. It's like WHOL,
like a game.
I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad I am doing it because it would be 10 times worse.
USA. Wee. Okay,
That's
you can do that.
cool.
What's this one for? Well, this is right here is where I grew up. This is where I live right now. This is where I'm going for the funeral. I was kidding. This is where I used to live down here. I was kidding. No, I was kidding. Yeah. But yeah, you can do you can do a lot of stuff. Klein. Ooh. This is where Janet is, about right here.
Yeah. And I was down there with that little thing sticking out with right in there. No, up right in there.
In here?
New Orleans.
You were near
New Orleans. New Orleans. Nolens, which is like right here. Nolens. Yeah. We love it. We love it. All right. Oh Jesus. I don't know. I don't know what to do. But yeah, this is cool. This is fun.
Very, very good. Very neat.
Yeah. I didn't know what I was doing.
I'll share this. Ask him if he wants me to share this in the
yes, it's in the chat already.
Oh, it is? Okay. Well, cool. Thank you very much. That is interesting. And the fact that you did that.
Okay, I see what you can do.
What is it?
Yeah, I see what you can do. Yeah, once you open it up, you can do stuff with it. You can hit run, and then you can do whatever you want with it. You know, seed. I don't know what seed does.
Unpause it. Whatever that means.
This one is.
But I'm going to open up my next thing that I had pulled up.
Oh, I know what to do now.
This article right here with Tim Burchett. He said that he received a warning from someone inside the Trump administration that he needed to increase his security. And he wants to make clear that people know that he's not suicidal. So,
oh dear.
So yeah, let me play this for you.
We'll tell you this. The part where I said I'm not suicidal. I remembered there was another Saturday I was sitting at the house and I got a call from I'll just say a friend of the administration had told me that
the Trump administration.
Yeah, it said I'd kicked a hornet's nest, and it said you need to get bodies around you. And I I'm in East Tennessee. I've got bodies around me. There's enough good old boys out there. I don't know exactly what that means, but yeah, it's a literal. Lou will tell you we have kicked a virtual hornet's nest, and these people don't want this stuff out.
Tim has every right to be worried for his life over seeking answers on UFO disclosures. There are at least 12 documented recent cases involving scientists, researchers with ties to U.S. government programs that are UFO, UAP related. This is 12 people that have been killed just in the last few years. So that's a big deal. And Tim has been whistleblowing on things like this before, involving murder with the government, because if you look at some of what he was talking about with the budget, he was talking about when the Pentagon was failing their audits, no one knows where the money's going. And he says that the only way that we'll ever find out is if somebody leaks it, and then they will certainly be murdered. But don't just take it from me. He actually said that. Listen to this.
You have a Pentagon that has billions of dollars that they hide. We don't ask for any accounting of. They never pass an audit. In the history of audits, I've often said the only way we're really going to get to the bottom of this is somebody's going to walk out of one of these labs with this information and puts it out on the internet before they commit suicide by shooting themselves in the back of the head.
Yeah, this is exactly what we're worried about with him. He keeps pushing these subjects, but he's honest. If you leak things that they don't want you to know or they don't want the public to know, they will murder you. And that is just a fact.
And what's really sad is remember the young man that worked for the Democratic Party, and when he found out that the Hillary's side was cheating against Bernie Sanders, he leaked it to WikiLeaks, and then he was found dead.
Oh,
apparently robbed, but he still had his wallet and everything on him. So
yeah, he had a watch on that was worth like 10 grand.
Well, all I know is that
wasn't even touched.
I do believe that. I do believe that if you say or do something they don't approve of, they try to take you out. And they've already tried to take Trump out a few times.
Yep.
Now, this other thing that I did a show about the scientists that were all like dying mysteriously. You know, some disappeared, one died on a hike. You know, one was in a couple in weird, mysterious car accidents and things like that. And they're all working with different laboratories, you know, scientists in weird, different things like rocket propulsion or different things like that. So, I don't know. I just thought it was pretty interesting because you're seeing a lot of Tim Burchett out doing things, and he comes out and he says, "I can't believe they won't vote for the SAVE Act. They won't do this or whatever." You know, and he's always speaking out against it because he's still trying to do the job that he was put in there to do. But there's quite a few that aren't. They're just there for themselves, and those are the type of people that I believe take out people like Tim. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to share that because I thought it was interesting, and I didn't know of anybody who had been even talking about it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I just wanted to share that. I thought it was very, very, I don't know, interesting. So here's another one I thought was pretty good. This is the whole thing about what happened with SCOTUS, and SCOTUS saying that you know, basically ruling against what Trump's executive order that he had put out
Right.
about this stuff. So I wanted to play this interview with him, and I'll share this link too because I think it's pretty good. But here we go. But I like Stephen Miller, so here we go.
In the heart of the American Republic. Look, Jesse, I can step tomorrow of a 747. It does not mean that I am the pilot of that plane and I'm qualified to fly it. Being on U.S. soil does not make you a citizen or qualified to carry on or capable of executing the inheritance of this country. We have people from all over the world, from third world nations, nations that on their own would have never invented the wheel, let alone modern technology, let alone medicine, let alone air travel. And they can just come into the country, have a baby at a hospital, paid for by you and me, and then that baby's automatically a citizen. That baby can sit on a jury when he turns 18 and sit in judgment of you, and sit in judgment of me, and sit in judgment of our loved ones, can decide who our mayors are, our governors are, our presidents are. Citizenship means nothing if it is open to everyone. The idea that you can have a cruise ship filled with foreigners and they just dock at a port for an hour and someone has a baby, Jesse, the baby's an American citizen. They can vote in every election for the rest of their lives. They can be living in a foreign country and cashing welfare checks from American citizens. Look, I know that some of the justices who worked on this, they think that they're so intelligent. There is no possible reading of the 14th Amendment that applies to foreigners with foreign loyalties, foreign citizenship, foreign obligations, foreign everything. And here's another point. Here's a pretty good clue.
So what do you guys think about that? I would like to hear your opinion because I 100% agree with him. I was born in Newfoundland. My dad worked there, right? And I have this many papers stapled to my birth certificate to prove that I'm American. Okay, because my parents were both Americans. My dad was stationed there for the military. So, but I'm an American. I have a sister that was born in Maine. I have two sisters born in Georgia, and I have another sister born in the Philippines. My parents traveled a lot for this country. Okay, and I'm an American, 100%. And I fight for my veterans. I believe in the flag. I feel like I'm very patriotic, but it's because of my parents that I feel this way about my country. But a person that just walks over the border that's about to pop because she wants to have a kid in America, so to be an American citizen, and then she can live here for free because her child is an American. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff shouldn't be right. A person that immigrates here, which is called immigration, applies for the paperwork to become a citizen. They have to take classes about the the Constitution. They have to learn all these different things, just like you would have to do if you went to Norway or Canada or Mexico or any other country. You can't just become a citizen or plop a baby out over there and their baby be an American citizen or a citizen of that country. So
That's
I want to
correct.
hear what you guys have to say about what we just heard from him.
It's a travesty right before the 250th anniversary of America that this happens. This was done, the 14th Amendment was done because of the Civil War. And it ensured that people that were already here, that the Democrats were not giving them voting rights, that they were American citizens to give them citizenship. That's what it stipulated from. This is not what they intended. So this is another way that the Convention of States, the Third Continental Congress, has to happen. There's too many things, and it's not a question of Republican and Democrat now. It is the uniparty and the people who believe in America. This is insane. The Roberts Court is an abomination. Amy Coney Barrett is not doing good. And you have, what you had Biden, what he put in, Obama put it, what Obama put in before, what Biden put in with Ketanji Brown Jackson, which is the dumbest idiot I've ever seen on the Supreme Court. It is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the things, the authors of the 14th Amendment came out after it came out and stated this does not include foreigners living in the United States, especially not foreign diplomatic officials living in the United States. They spelled it out, what it meant, who it was for. And other countries don't just recognize a child born in their country as a citizen.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I have said before, I wish we would adopt Mexico's immigration policy. And then all these assholes saying that America's immigration policy is super racist would be going, holy shit, this is messed up. Because Mexico actually, in their laws, reserves the right to shoot somebody coming across their southern border illegally.
Mm-hmm.
They also have laws that say that foreigners cannot buy land within 100 miles of any coast or strip of land that borders water. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The United States has the easiest immigration policy on earth. I was going to immigrate to the UK so I could be close to where my son is at. Went through hell trying to get approval for it. The British would not let me immigrate there because I'm a cripple. And they did not want me to be a burden on their NHS system, their National Health Service. Even though the United States State Department and the United States Veterans Affairs Department both were stating my medical care was going to be nowhere near their stuff. I'd be going to the military bases for all of my medical care.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't care. They didn't want to do it. And because of the way the immigration laws are in the UK, my son keeps saying he doesn't even think he's an American citizen, even though he was born here to an American citizen. Because that's just not the way British citizenship works. So yeah, I'm fed up with a lot of the BS. And when it comes to the 14th Amendment and the whole birthright citizenship, it states that the only way you're a citizen being born on American soil is if you fall under the jurisdiction of American law, i.e., you don't have diplomatic immunity. If you've got diplomatic immunity, boom, you ain't under U.S. law.
Mm-hmm.
If you're here illegally, you're not under U.S. law. You came here illegally. Your kids are not American citizens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's rules.
Yes. It's aggravating to me as a disabled vet who loves this country. Now, if you come to this country and want to be an American citizen and embrace the culture here, I am more than welcome to have my arms open and kiss you and say, welcome, brother, or welcome, sister. Welcome to the great American melting pot and family. But if you're coming over here and you're holding on to all the really stupid, crazy shit of your homeland, such as honor killings, female genital mutilation, I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you, to end a marriage, or all any of that kind of crap. I say no, get the hell out. If that's what you want Sharia law, go where it's at. Don't bring it here. Our Constitution states that there is a massive division between church law and secular law. We live by secular law. We do not force a church law on non-believers. That's the problem with Sharia law. Sharia law is supposed to be enforced on everybody. And that's the one thing that when people say, well, what about the Jewish courts? Yes, those Jewish courts are only for Jewish people. They do not force that on non-Jews. But when it comes to Sharia law, they force it on non-Muslims. That's been a major problem in the UK. That's been a major problem in Dearborn and other areas in the United States where Muslims outnumber native-born citizens. Because a friend of mine was up there and wanted to prove a point.
Yeah, I wanted to share this real quick with you, but I don't know how to make it bigger. How do I zoom in again?
Click on it. Click on the picture.
Okay, click on the picture. Hold on, I got to go back over there. Click on it. It's not it just goes like that. I don't know how to make it big. You know what I mean?
Oh shoot. Click on it again.
Okay, I did. It's not doing anything.
Huh.
It's on my YouTube, so I was going to show it, but I got a lot of comments on it. But I
Are
posted
you using the YouTube app?
Yes.
Okay, using the YouTube app. Let me look at that.
Three little dots at the top right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it just says edit, delete. But I'm just going to read this. It says, should women be required to take a pregnancy test before being allowed to enter the United States? Because I have seen, I don't know how many videos showing women with a man or whatever coming to visit from Somalia or Venezuela or, Iran, different places like that. And they're this big and they're saying they're 16 weeks, stuff like that. When you can clearly tell they're farther than that. I think there was one of the SCOTUS did mention, and I think it was the one that was put in by Trump, not Barrett, the other one. I can't remember his name.
Okay, do me a favor. Click up where the lady's at. Okay. Go down a little bit. Where is the thing at?
What
With
thing?
3 dots? See the 3 dots?
Here. It says edit or delete. See it? You can't see that it says that?
Click on
I see that, but why can't or what?
It just lets me change the wording.
Oh, okay.
That's so weird.
I know, but I'm telling you, it doesn't.
Right click on the picture.
I did. I'm clicking on it right now. It's not doing anything.
Right click or left click, whichever one allows you to save it.
It says open image, save image, copy
Open
image.
Image in another another tab. Click on that.
Okay. There.
And then go to it. Now go to that tab and share it.
Now, but the thing is, I can't show you what it says above it. See, that's
okay.
Isn't going to work. I was trying to zoom in on this, but when I use my mouse, the little clicker thing, I just don't know how to do it. I'm not a professional, just a normal person. But I wanted to make it bigger, but I read what it said. And these are all the comments I've got. I've got 107 comments on this because I did this after what
Oh, it's on
SCOTUS.
your YouTube.
Yes, it's on my YouTube channel, but I just wanted you to see all these people that pretty much agree with saying, hey, I think all of them should be tested because they shouldn't be able to just come here for a trip, you know, to visit grandma or their aunt or whatever that happens to be here and be able to plop out a kid.
Well,
Because
you have heard about birthplace tourism, right? One of our American territories there in Asia has so many people from China going to visit that they actually have had to build maternity wards there to cover all the women going there to give birth to their kids on an American territory, so the kid will be classified as an American citizen.
Mm-hmm.
And this is in Asia, and China is the biggest one that's been doing it. And yes, the majority of them are party officials' children.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff has been going on for
There it is.
Something like 30 years now.
I found it, Janet.
What is it?
Okay, go back to that thing again.
Back to the thing I just shared?
Yes, I want to show you. So you
Let
so
me,
you can
I got to open it back up again. So just give me a minute. I got to go back. I closed it because I'm trying to close everything I don't use to keep me from, over.
It's only for this particular thing you're using because it's
Okay, hold on. Let me open it again. Got to go to my channel and go to my post and go back
just
down.
so you know.
Okay, now I got to go back over here and then I got to open it. And then I got to share it. Here. So now what?
Now, what you want to do is you want to go to yourself.
Over here to the right?
Yeah, wherever you are on the top. No,
right.
the top left hand. The top right hand corner. Your face. You right.
My face is at right. That's on the right. You can't see the mouse moving around, or right here.
Okay, go. You see the three dots that are above your face.
No, there's no dots here.
Three dots above your face. There's X, a box, a line, and three dots.
Okay, there is a right here. Is this what you're talking about? Can you see my mouse?
Yeah, up there. Up there. Up there.
Notifications. There's no dots over here. There's dots here and here. See, there's no dots.
No. Up right where it says "Buy my coffee" on my screen or whatever it is in that area.
Okay, wait a minute. Listen. I'm over on YouTube, and now I have to come back over to this because see, this is all different pages.
Correct, but this is YouTube. This is a YouTube app.
Okay, I'm not on the YouTube app now. I am on StreamYard when I came back here.
All right, go back.
No, but I'm asking you to go to YouTube app. You're showing whatever you're showing on what you're showing.
Okay, right here. This is YouTube. Okay, over here in the corner, there's my picture, and then there's a bell, and then it says create with a plus next to it. But next to that, there is no dots.
No, above that.
There's nothing above it. See, when I scroll, there's not. Oh, now I'm all the way at the very top, but now I'm not with the picture. So now what? There's still no dots.
Huh.
See? Can you not see that there's no dots?
Okay, let me share it. Let me share and show you. Okay. This is I want to let me just share it and show you.
Yours because Bruce.
No, I'll share it. I'll share it.
Okay.
Okay. Share screen.
Let me unshare mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so you know. Okay, I'm sharing. Now do you see it right now, right?
Okay, I'm bringing it up. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to the three dots up here.
Yeah.
You see there's a three.
Mine doesn't have
three dots, more tools, size. Make it bigger, make it smaller.
But see, mine doesn't have that. I just showed you what it looked like. I know, but what I'm trying to say is it doesn't look the same as yours. Why? I have no idea.
What program are you using, Ruben?
YouTube.
I'm using the YouTube app, just like she's using it.
Huh. Because I've never used the app before. I've just used now I'm using Firefox.
Yeah.
Janet!
I'm showing it to
Janet!
you. It's not on there. I'm cursed. I don't have it.
Hey, I have issues like that
Bruce.
with the computer too, so
Hey, Bruce.
I totally get it.
Hey.
Welcome.
How
you doing?
I'm not dead.
That's good. What are you tired?
No, I'm experiencing fatigue. That's all.
Oh.
Fatigue is different from tired. No. I turned on the internet news today after I woke up. After I did a run, because it's supposed to be my day off, but that doesn't really seem to happen on Friday. Anyway, I was reading news, and all I could think is like, there's got to be a fucking errant meteorite out there that's willing to smash the fuck out of this planet. If we can't kill Democrats and communists in our own fucking glory and hobby, then let the goddamn meteorites do it. And we need to find a way to pull them here. Because I want a bigger pile of dead communists and shitskins and stupid fucking rhinos. I want the best fertilizer. When I eventually get land, I'm going to need a bunch of these dead corpses to help make the ground rich and have the best tomatoes. Just fuck these people.
Well, the bad thing about that, Bruce, is that when a meteorite hits, it doesn't discriminate between communists and conservatives or Christians or Muslims or anything.
But we'll lose some of them too.
So
I'm being optimistic. Less of them, happier Bruce. We never go to war in a bloodless fashion. We always lose a couple guys. We should always put the Downies in front. That way the retards soak up the first bullets. Downies, journalists,
Yeah, but you have to remember something, that when you say rhino, that I find that very offensive, because they're all rhinos. They're all units, uniparty. How many rural Republicans are there? There's not that many.
They're not in office. I'll say that.
Tim Burchin is a good one. There are
okay. Name another one. Name another one.
I don't know their names. I have to go down the list and
there's not that many. Like Lindsey Graham is not he is an idiot. You know,
he doesn't even know who he is. He doesn't even know who he is.
Coon is an idiot. You know, they're all, spineless. Mike Johnson. They're spineless. They don't do anything. It's the Punch and Judy show.
Well, I want to play something real quick for Bruce, because he seems like he needs it. So let me get it real quick.
What, boobies?
Are you going to show off Brazilian and Colombian girls?
No, I've got boobies. See, of my own. I
know you do, but they're not. It's not.
I don't need to see other people's ones. I have my own. Hold on, I'm trying to. Something I saw that was really cool. Yeah, here it is. This one here. I want to share this because I picked a couple good things like this because of the holiday tomorrow. It says, this is the kind of stuff old men make for their grandkids, and the kids don't know what to make of it because it's not high speed, low drag fun. So I want to play this for you real quick because it's really cool. And this is something he made and put it in his backyard for his grandkids to play with. But he, I guess older people think differently than young people, because I thought it was pretty cool. So I'll see what you guys think. Okay, and make sure it's turned up. Here we go.
Here we go.
Isn't that cool?
That was very nice.
Yeah, isn't it? See, that shows me that we have millions and millions of people in this country that have their homes, enjoy their homes, build things in their backyard for their grandchildren to see or to interact with. He's hands on because he made something, he welded it, and he made sure it sounded, the pitches were right. I just think it's awesome. It just shows that we are a country of people that can build and think and do things for themselves. And so we're not dead yet, guys. We have people like this still in our country, like you and me, creative, that want to see freedom ring, basically. So we can't give up. We can't get mad because there's a few dickheads that are on TV a lot talking about something that they're going to try to do, but we can stop them. I mean, the fact that Trump got elected proves that we can win if we all work on it. You see what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up because I still have faith that
When I say I'm fatigued, Janet,
worth it.
when I say I'm fatigued, I'm not saying that I'm giving up.
No, I
I'm not
know,
saying
but
that
you're upset. And we just have to realize that if we stick together, there's we're gonna win. That's what I'm saying. I think we're gonna win. Trump
I
became
still want the scoreboard. I still want the leaderboard to go up. That's all I ask for.
Yeah, I
know
understand.
I mean, like especially rhinos. My God, you could give a rhino a fuck any Republican politician. Sorry, didn't mean to offend you, anyone there, but any Republican politician that's in office today, that fucking sugar shoe faggot couldn't fucking get his bagel prepared if you hand him the knife and the butter. I'm telling you, these people have no capacity to do anything until they do a fucking finger in the wind test. They are so fucking scared of. It's like the fucking British police that they were so scared of being called racist, even though tens of hundreds of young girls are getting raped every night in the UK. Fuck these people and fuck that mentality.
Yeah, 250,000. And
Yeah,
that's
did you watch that movie, Bruce?
Which one?
The vigilante one?
I watched most of it. I liked the idea of it. I really do.
Okay, well
that
was the whole reason for it.
Yui Bowl, he drags his shots on for like double the amount of time they should be on. If you want me to look at it, Janet, and you and I do an objective review where we review the shit out of it.
No, I don't care if it was the shittiest movie ever made. I really don't. It was the story behind.
There's plenty of others that he contributed that are in that category.
Behind the movie is all that matters. Just like the other one, The Sound of Freedom. It's not really a movie to win Academy Awards or to give out Oscars and stuff like that. Woohoo! Yay! Great movie. It's all about getting people to think about what they just viewed.
The Sound of Freedom is watchable, at least. When I'm watching Citizen Vigilante, Arnie Hammer is doing the things that I only wish 1,500 men would do in the UK. You could fix the entire island if they would just do that. 1,500. Just make 1,500 examples of shit-skinned migrants that have done bad things to young kids, and you're going to fucking watch all those boats get filled up, and they'll go back to their shit-skinned homelands and do their shit-skinned things where nobody gives a shit. And maybe the UK will be able to, unfuck itself. But I really doubt it. They got Keir Starmer and especially Sadiq Khan in any position of authority. Starmer is out. Yes, I get it. He's still a person of influence.
Mm-hmm.
How do you not become a person of influence? Well, he would just Kurt Cobain himself. I have high hopes.
Well, Sturmer is one of the reasons why that shit took place for so damn long and nothing got done about it.
Mm-hmm.
His name was actually on the list of officials that covered the shit up, which is why he had to resign. That there was enough people that were finally fed up with it that he literally had no other choice but to bite the bullet and accept responsibility for the first time in his life. Unfortunately, that's a politician problem we have here in the States too. Is accountability. They don't want to take it. So many politicians act like, I hate to say this, Janet, but like so many women I have known in my life that refuse to take responsibility whenever they fuck up.
Yeah, I know a lot of people on both sides of the aisle that do that. And the reason is, I believe, is because their parents weren't good parents. I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole either. I'm not saying I'm the best person in the world, but I was raised by parents who said, get your homework done, go put your dishes in the sink, do your chores, blah, blah, blah. You better make good grades or you're not going anywhere. If you want something in the school next year, like by an annual, you're going to have to get a summer job if you want to help pay for it, because we don't have the money. Stuff like that. I had parents that made me responsible. But when you have kids graduate from college that can't even balance a checkbook, and they think that this piece of plastic is money, and they just use it ching, 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 and they don't care how much it's building up and don't even think about what it's going to take to pay it off. When you're just paying for the interest every month for 15 years, that's a lot of money you're going to end up owing in the end. And they don't care. They're not going to tell you, don't spend any more money, you're going bankrupt. They don't care, because they just want the money. And the longer you're paying them, the more money they're going to make.
Well, when I was in high school, I don't know if this is I don't know if I'm the oldest one sitting here. I'm 55 years old. When I went to school, the school I went to, they taught us how to balance a checkbook. They taught that was home economics. They taught us how to look for the best deals whenever you went grocery shopping. They taught you how to balance a checkbook, how to write checks, all that stuff. We got taught that before we graduated. My nephew turned 19 this year, and he's like, nope, they never taught us any of that. So I don't know when they stopped teaching it.
Well, why can't the parents teach it?
Yeah, I know. Hell, I knew that you had to balance your budget when I was still in elementary school, because even though Dad was making pretty good money as the head groundskeeper at a golf course resort that all of the big golf pros were using to do their training in the off season, because they found the golf courses that Dad set up to be challenging enough to make them better. And I got to meet people like Palmer and what was their names? It's been so dang long ago. But I got to meet all these people back when I was a little kid, and they would talk about the fact that Dad was so good at his job. And even though Dad was so good at his job, he was still doing side hustles to make ends meet. And so I knew, hell, I was having to do actual jobs out of the house, babysitting rich people's kids to bring in extra money. That, to be honest, I never saw that money. That money went straight to Mom and Dad. And then I had to beg and plead for a 35-cent comic book. Can I please get the X-Men? No, it's got a monster in it. But that's not a monster. That's Nightcrawler. I don't care. It looks like a monster. You're not getting that comic book. But I was babysitting all these kids to get the money to just buy a comic book. Didn't matter. So yeah, I learned the value of a dollar. I also learned the difference between a golden child and a scapegoat child.
Hmm.
And also got to see what happens when you have rich kids that are spoiled out the yin yang, man.
Well, today though, we have children that are spoiled out the yin yang, and they're not rich.
Yeah.
Okay, their parents might be on, or their mother or their father, whoever they're with, might be on, food stamps and stuff. But
Mhm.
instead of buying their kids or buying food like lettuce and celery and things like that to make a salad, they buy, Pop Tarts and cheese puffs and other things that aren't really healthy for the kids. See,
Well, look at the
instead
fact
of
that
buying things that's healthy and trying to feed it to them like my mother would do, because we had to make our own biscuits, we had to make a
Mhm.
salad, we had to make breading to go on a pork chop to fry it or put it in the oven. We had to do all those things.
well, look
So
at the fact that
people
we're the
aren't
only
people
we're the
aren't trying
only
to
country
cook
on earth.
or do any of these things anymore.
We're the only country on earth that has an obesity epidemic amongst the poor. Let that sink in. We've got an
Well, that's by
obesity
design.
epidemic with the poor. Anywhere else on earth, the poor people are skinny, and if they got a big belly, it's because their belly is bloated because they've drunk or ate something that they technically shouldn't have, and the gas is built up in their gut.
Hmm.
I've seen that when I was overseas. I've seen what poverty really looks like.
But you got kids today that they're on welfare, but they have a $900 phone.
Yeah, which is
Stuff like that.
ridiculous.
That's what I'm trying to say. They're not really the poorest of the poor. They're poor, or they're poorer than this person or that person, but they have parents that don't know how to buy properly or to spend their money properly, or how to do a lot of things because they were never taught. And when they don't know, then how are they supposed to teach your kids how to do it? See, like
Yep.
my mother taught me how to crochet, my mother taught me how to sew, my mother taught us how to cook, how to wash clothes, how to sew holes in clothes, how to make clothes, how to mop, how to clean, all these different things, so that when we've got our own place, I didn't want my friends to come over, even though I lived in a trailer. My first place I ever lived, it wasn't very long, it was only 6 months, but because I got married. And then I moved, and then I had to travel all over the place. But I knew how to clean my house. I knew how to wash my dishes. I never went to bed with my sink full of dishes, things like that. And I'm real anal about it now, is because I want a clean house. I like to dust and mop, and I can mow, and I can weed eat, and I can do stuff outside in my yard to maintain my property. Because if it's mine, I want to take care of it. But a lot of people, they don't care. They get a free place to rent. They get a free check every month. They get free food, so they just sit around and they don't care. It's not their house. They didn't earn anything.
Once again, I'm asking all of you Americans to please open up your wallets and donate to my super PAC, because I want to make sure that I have 4 houses that I can reside in at any given time. Thank you.
What gets me, all right, one of the things I hate about being a cripple is not being able to do stuff like I used to.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love mowing the grass and doing the weed eating and all the trim and everything. I loved doing that. It was great. And I used to have a house that could pass a 4.0 inspection without a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since getting crippled and my body getting to a point to where I can barely, there are days when I have a hard time just getting out of bed to go to the bathroom because I hurt so bad. My house looks like 8 or 9 hurricanes have come through here. There's
Yeah.
a tornado living in my spare bedroom, and they're pitching shit fits every few minutes. That's how bad my house looks right now. Fortunately, my nephew and he works doing landscaping during the summer, and him and his boss come and mow our grass for literally mow our grass, and all we're ending up paying them for is the gas that they use to run the equipment. And when I found that out, I started crying. I'm like, you should be charging us the actual going rate. He's like, no, you already earned it. The guy's something else. I love that man. But stop it. You behave. But like I said, it's ridiculous that you remember when old people used to sit around and talk about how youth is wasted on the young?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandparents used to say that while they were sitting around the table playing 42 dominoes.
Well, I'm saying that about able-bodied people, man. Because, I mean, I used to love going for hour to 2 hour long walks just to relax and clear my head. That's how long it now takes me to walk down to the corner, which used to only take me a 3-minute walk. Now, what used to take a 3-minute walk now takes me an hour to 2 hours. So I'm going to tell you young people, protect your back, protect your knees, and protect your head. Yeah, when you're young, you can get hurt and you seem to bounce back. No. All that hurt and damage is crawling into the back of your butt crack and waiting. That way, when you get old, it's going to come out with a freaking vengeance, man. It's going to come out with a couple of chainsaws that make Leatherface go, holy shit, that's scary. And get you in the butt, man. So protect your back, your knees.
I believe you.
Because
I was at the hospital earlier today, and I had to go over there and take care of a client. On our way out, I saw a familiar face, and I know this person 12 years ago, and she's completely different mindset now. From what I can tell, she's no longer able-bodied. And I asked her what happened, and she's like, well, after you and I broke up, I met a guy, and he was everything I thought I wanted, but he wasn't nice. He wasn't respectful. And in front of my kids, he shoved me down a set of stairs, and I broke my back on the 5th step from the bottom. And I'm like, wow. And so, like, so what are you doing now? And she's like, oh, I moved my mom and my dad in. My dad's pension is helping pay for everything. And it's a bigger house than what they had, so they kind of stepped up. But my kids don't like having the grandparents there all the time. I'm like, you're lucky. I mean, you're 5 years younger than me. You got both your parents. They're both in good health. I know a lot of people that would love to have your situation. Even with your snapped spine, it would be preferable than, I go visit my dad on Saturdays because that's when the grave site's accessible, something like that. And after we finished with that, I had some work to do. About an hour after I left San Antonio, making my way to the grocer, I counted 5. I mean, they're never pretty people. 5 ugly fat bitches that are half my age on a scooter, getting shopping items, standing up, reaching across the aisle, grabbing their whatever nutty bar or Little Debbie snacks. Hey, I'm a fucking sugar addict too. I get it, but like they're just loading up their carts with junk. I didn't see broccoli greens. I didn't see no oranges. The lemons are on sale. None of that. These are 5 people that were less than 24 years of age that are in excess of 350, 400 pounds. And it's not a very big store. It services 4,000 people in the community. but they're not even a quarter century old, and they said, "Fuck it, let's have obesity take us over." And then they're just like, they're fucking hideous. Like they could do a neck reveal as a special treat to their Patreon member. I'm just saying that what I had to view today when I was shopping and I saw this, two of them had skin tight shirts on. I thought I was looking at the Pillsbury Doughboy. And I'm not a small person myself. I recognize I'm fat. That shit's obese. The obese plus. That's all I'm saying.
What do you recommend that we could do to help people not get in that situation in the future?
Out of fucking stores. Take the fucking scooters out of the fucking stores. If you want to shop and have $300 worth of stuff in your shopping cart, you got to pile it all into one cart.
But then you'll have lawyers out the wazoo suing because there's no way.
Shit about lawyers.
I know,
That's
but they'll be out of business, and then you and I can't even shop there.
Well,
See,
I look at if you really want to know a way to fix it, it's simple. The year you turn 16, that summer you go to military boot camp, and you spend that entire summer going through physical training, just like the military does. For that entire summer.
Well, see, I didn't go to boot camp, but I had a dad that would come in and flip a coin, a quarter on our beds, Sandy and I's beds, and if it didn't bounce, he would rip everything off the bed and make us make it again. Like, so that's the kind of dad I had. So it just depends. I was lucky, and I've said it millions of times on all my shows.
Your dad also.
Janet,
your dad also said something to you too. It kind of worked on you a bit. It had a different. It was something that you don't even really hear much today from fathers to daughters. Oh yes, I love you. Yes, your dad said that to you all the time. And look at you, you're a well-adjusted young lady.
I mean, I have 4 sisters also, so my poor dad couldn't help it. He had all daughters.
Well, like I said, not everybody's lucks out and gets a good parent.
I know. That's why I said I'm very lucky. And I wish that there was a way that we could help single parents or even parents that are 2 parents that need help learning how to be parents. You know what I mean? There's so many different things that churches used to do, but no longer are able to because they get sued.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Well, like I said,
it got so bad.
They turn 16, send them to boot camp.
They do that in Norway,
Yeah.
Every single person in Norway has to join the military, male or female. And
send them to boot camp, make them go through boot camp, have them, after they finish boot camp, have them go do something for the community service. I don't care if it's picking up trash on the side of the road, mowing old people's grass.
Well, see, that's something else that pops in my head when you said that. Is because there is we've played it a few times. Bruce and I did way back when we first started doing this show. There's a sheriff I think it's in Nevada, and he dyes all the prisoners' clothes pink, and they have to do chain gangs. Okay. Yeah. Well, sure. Remember we used to talk about this a lot. Well, we have this guy. Why not have all of our prisons where instead of them getting, computers and getting to have a nice spa gym to work out in, we make them do stuff, make them pick up trash, make them do all this community service type stuff so that we do have clean streets and we do have asphalt in the holes that are all potholed streets, things like that. Why is it cruel and inhumane to take a prisoner, a person who robbed a bank or mugged people or broke into people's homes, raped people, all these different stuff. Why can't we make them be the ones that have to fill holes? I mean, maybe if we put people in prison and actually made them do stuff and work and make them have to clean their cells and clean the toilets and do all the different stuff in the prison to keep the prison clean, mop the floors, wash the blankets, the sheets, do all those chores and teach them something, a skill. Like now they can work for a laundry, or they can work for an asphalt company. They can get all these jobs because we made them work while they were in there to clean the community that they were destroying by being criminals. Things like that. Those are great things, I feel, that would help our country improve and make people go, man, I don't want to go back to prison. I had to work the whole time I was there.
All I'm hearing is that Janet wants to have a Simon Phoenix situation where, like, you have the good guy gets sent off to prison and he learns how to sew and knit a sweater. And then the dirtbag guy, Wesley Snipes, gets sent to prison, and he's just like able to absorb more information on how to murder quicker. That's all I'm hearing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
man, which it won't happen. I wish it would.
I'm just saying, I don't understand why we don't use common sense.
That's the problem right there. Common and sense is no longer common anymore.
Apparently, I don't know. It just does. To me, it seemed perfectly normal because I grew up on military bases. So all the kids I went to school with, spent time with, they all had chores. They all had to do their homework. When I'd stay the night, on a Friday night and they still had homework to do, they had to do their homework before we could just watch TV or play games or whatever. So it wasn't that much different. And maybe I was very lucky to get to grow up on military bases, and travel around. I got to go every 2 years. I was moving to a new place and getting to see the way things worked in this town, or that, I lived in Spokane, Washington. I lived in the Philippines. I lived in Florida. I lived in lots of different places. And, I feel very blessed to have learned a lot of things. And my dad would take me camping and hiking and fishing, and we did, I just did all kinds of things. I was just very lucky. And then when he retired, when we moved to Arkansas, where my mother's parents lived, and my mother was not doing well, my grandmother wasn't doing very well, so my mother wanted to live near her mother, and my mother got a job working for Tyson, and my dad started a whole nother job, so I got to do other things, with my dad, but it wasn't military stuff. It was more normal things, not on a military base. So that's the first time I ever got put into a real public school where it was people were, meaner. I thought people were meaner. They were rude, lazy. Lots of people didn't even graduate from high school because they didn't want to do anything. They didn't want to work. So that's the first time I started seeing people that did nothing.
Once again, Janet is displaying her supremacy that she has established within her mind. And she's out there bragging that she is better than the rest of us. If you would just kindly donate to my Patreon, we can equalize and tax her harder. Tax her harder.
But I do feel very blessed. I had a wonderful childhood and good parents and wonderful grandparents. And I knew all my, my cousins, and every summer we went and visited people and stuff. And I wish more people could have that type of families, where they could do stuff. Visit.
I was as close to my cousins today as I was back then. Dang, that would be something else.
But all this is by design.
Yeah.
See, you're supposed to grab land, and then you're supposed to get enough capital, enough savings, because the dollar should work in your favor too, not just the senator's fucking investment planning. You should be able to afford enough to where you can afford land. And if you got 4 kids, you should be able to buy them a starter home that they'll stay in maybe a year or 2 after their high school's over, and they can do a test drive. They can test drive, see how they do, and they can pay you rent or mow lawn or whatever it is. But all this is by design, because you're not supposed to kick your kids out after high school. That's just an American bullshit thing. For some odd reason, we subscribe to that. Europe has been letting kids stay in their house in their own bedroom for like hundreds of years till they're like 30, 32. Oh, you got a wife and kids, get out now. Hopefully you save money while you're living with mom and dad. You know, and that's how they did it. And that's how a lot of Europeans did become successful. They had time spent with their parents where they were able to invest in the system. And when it was time for them to get a house and land and the ability to put their kids through school and buy their school clothes and all that, they had a nest egg set up as an early adult. Americans, we really fucked that up, don't we? Man, you got to get out of high school and not only your full-time job at Wendy's, you're living with 4 people, 3 ferrets, and 10 smelly cats. That doesn't sound good, but that's the reality for a lot of people.
Well, like, people who come over the border from South America, and they all have 5 families living in a 3-bedroom house. See?
Yeah.
And they all work, and most of them are sending money back to their home country to their parents or their sisters and other siblings that aren't even making a third of the money that one of the people in that house is making. And
did you remember? No, I was just going to say, do you remember when Trump made mention that Nigeria has let their finances be exposed, and the majority factor in Nigerian income, GDP, the breadwinner for Nigeria, the country, is scams.
Yeah.
Trump said that like a month ago.
Mhm.
So if I set hostile, I'm like,
they're actually sending people to their country and arresting people that are scamming the elderly and stuff in our country. See, Trump is trying to do all the things that he's been talking about wanting to do, because people at rallies and stuff have said, my mom and dad or whatever, they lost everything because my dad met someone online, a scammer, and was telling him how to make money and in this crypto or whatever, and end up taking every dime they had. I've played a couple videos showing a woman at people at ATM machines in like gas stations withdrawing money or putting money in the machine to send it Western Union to somebody, because they were told that they didn't pay this money, this tax money, this back tax money, $80,000, that they were going to be evicted from their homes and stuff. And these people can't even speak very good English, but yet these older people panic and they go and withdraw money and start putting in these machines. And if it wasn't for a person working at one of these facilities, seeing them putting all this money, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollar bills, and then asking them a little bit, and they'll say, you can't bother me. I got to do this or I'm going to lose my home. And they're bankrupting these people. And we have a president that actually cares about that. If you got to stop the fraud, and every single step that he's tried to take, he's going to have to go to the Supreme Court, because we have all these rhinos, people that pretend to be a conservative, but yet everything they do is on the side of the Democrats by fraud, and they're tired of losing their tax dollars from you and me to fund their fun parties and stuff. And we have a president that's really trying to fix these things, but yet, and he hires people in to try to get them in there to do their jobs, like what I'm about to show here in a few minutes on the rest of the stuff. But he can't do it. And he's got a lame ass Congress that can't even pass a SAVE Act that says if you're not an American citizen, you can't vote in our elections. That's common sense. How can a person that just walked over the border or came from another country so that his wife could give birth here so that kid would be a citizen, and they have no skills at all to work here, they don't have jobs, they're just here on a visa or whatever for a short amount of time so she can pop that baby out, and they're supposed to be able to come here and build something by taking everything from us, from the ones who are working. What happens when there's no more of this money, the taxpayer money? It's gone. What happens to the country then? See, that's what's going to happen, is we're going to be owned by another country. They're going to be able to walk in and do whatever the hell they want simply because people like Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, Schumer, and all of them already have their millions, and they think they're safe. They think that, that they don't need any of us anymore because they have everything they need. But they don't care what happens to us. They don't care what happens to our kids. But I feel like we have a president that actually cares whether a person who worked their whole life is now losing all their money, giving it to somebody online that isn't even an American citizen, that's making them think that their home is going to be lost if they don't pay this money because somehow they got the email or a phone call or got their phone number or whatever, or however the scam happened. They're being scammed. They're being lied to. You meet somebody online, which you've never seen or talked to. Okay, you haven't even called them, but you're sending them money because they said, "Oh, I'm going to build us a house and this blah blah blah. We're going to do this and that and blah blah blah." Whatever lies that these people seem to believe, they're going to start handing over money. People do it every day. I've talked to lawyers that have given $100,000 to a guy because he says he's trapped in this other country and he can't get out, but he has to pay these pirates this money to be able to leave, and they just keep sending money even though they never even met this person. So it's sad because we have so many people that have no idea how lonely they are, and they're willing to just pay every dime that they earn to have a thought that one day we're going to be together, even though they've never met this person because that person doesn't exist. See, it's terrible.
You are a hater. You are a hater. You're just blocking people from experiencing their true love. They do love each other. The girl has no reason to be with a 55-year-old fat man like as you described at the gas station Bitcoin ATM. But she's really going to go and retire with him, even though she's half his age. And they're going to have a family together. The white picket fence. He's investing in their future.
It's because we have no common sense. You can't get duped like that if you had a parent that told you, you got to be careful. These people will try to steal from you. They'll lie to you. They'll tell you this, that, and whatever evidence you have to put out there. Just like years and years ago when my mom and dad were young, when my dad said that his dad took him aside and said, "Hey, son, if you're going to have sex, you need to wear a condom." Okay, because it keeps you from getting STDs and it keeps you from being a dad before you need to be one. Stuff like that. Common sense. But we don't even have that now. Now we have people telling kids to chop off their pee-wee so they can be the opposite sex. I mean, we're in a messed up country. We have a country where nobody helps kids learn to be an adult one day and be able to take care of themselves, drive a car.
When a parent does try, they get attacked and accused of being something they ain't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I've known some parents that were trying to discipline their kids and got accused of doing something that they didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
I gave up trying to find somebody else. because I got fed up with when I tried to do the dating thing, and the woman would be all interested until it was time to go, and then she'd see me stand up in the braces for my legs and my back, and watch that interest just die. 2 hours worth of interest just died in a from one beat to the next. Or when I was trying online dating, and after a little while, they'd start asking for money. Can you tell why I gave up?
Yeah, but I'm saying if somebody asks you for money and that's the only reason that they seem to be interested in you, then you just lose their phone number. They make them lose yours. I mean,
I just gave up trying because it just got to a point to where I was like, no, I'm done. I'm out. And it just it's frustrating. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier. So many women today don't understand this little thing called accountability. They think they can have their cake and eat it too. How many times have you seen a married woman think just because she cheated, the guy should be bending over and kissing her ass and forgive it, and they can
I've
move
never
on
seen
from it?
that.
I have. I've seen it several
Okay.
times. I actually had to
All the
hold a
women
friend
that
of
I
mine.
know that have been that cheated on their husbands dumped their ass.
Yeah.
But
And
I also know, I'd say, out of 20-something women that I know whose husband cheated on them, they stayed with their husband. One left because they had no other choice but to stay because they had nothing. They had no way of taking care of themselves.
Yeah.
And if they got a divorce, the husband said he would even quit his job just so he wouldn't have to give her anything every month, stuff like that. So it's terrible. It becomes a hate game. I'm going to out hate you and treat you
Yeah.
like shit. And I've also met some nice people that were divorced or been separated for 14 years. They hadn't even seen each other in 14 years, but they're still married because they can't afford to get a divorce.
Actually know somebody
Yeah.
that
It's messed up.
they've been living in separate houses that are next door to each other for the past 15 or 16 years. And when asked why they haven't got a divorce, they're like, ever since we moved to separate houses, it's been great. We're best friends. And it's like,
that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
What's sad is people should date first, get to know each other, become friends, get to see whether or not you even like the same things. Because if you're with somebody and you neither one of you like the same movies or the same books or your same interests at all, why are you together?
Yep.
How are you supposed to be able to do anything together? That's why I tell people, you meet people, like let's say you go to the mall and you're going to go play in a Dungeons and Dragon game or a Pathfinder game or something like that, a war game or something at the mall, and you're in a room with 25, 30 people. There's got to be somebody in that room that you look around and say, hey, I wonder if she's single. You know what I mean? Because guess what? You're already in something that you're both gonna like. Okay, you see, you got one interest already. See, things like that. Or you join a bowling league and you meet a person on a bowling league. Hey, they both like to bowl. You see, nobody seems to do that because if she's not skinny enough, or if she's not tall enough, or if she's not blonde enough, or her eyes are the wrong color, or she's got snaggly teeth, or whatever it is, there's always going to be something. Because I can tell you right now, when I was in school, I was tall and skinny and bony. Okay, I had two sisters that were built like Mae West. They were curvy, short, 5 foot tall, built like Mae West. I'm 5'7" and I'm skinny. So guess what? And I was a brunette. They were blondes. I'd meet a guy. He was acting all interested. I'd bring him home to meet my mom, and he'd meet my sisters, and he'd never speak to me again. Okay. Guys are petty. That's what I
with,
see.
with
When
me,
half my friends were guys, and I took classes with them, and they would talk all about all the stuff that they did all weekend or whatever with these girls, and that you need to go out with that girl because she's easy or this, that, and the other. I didn't even want to date because I was like, I'm not dating any of these guys. They're all users. All they care about is using as many young girls as they can until one day they want to get married. And then I asked them that. I said, if you're sleeping with all these young girls, okay, that are 2 grades lower than you, and now they're tramps because you're passing them around to your friends, who is going to be left when it's time for you to say, wow, one day I want to get married. I want a fresh girl that hasn't been ridden by 50 guys. Okay. Where are you going to find her once you've beaten the shit out of all these girls because you guys have all smacked her, right? To me, that's what I saw. So then I hear all the guys saying, all women want is money. All women want is cars. I'm like, that's not what I see. I see a bunch of girls that are lied to, told all the time, oh, you're the best thing that ever happened to me. And after 3 or 4 dates, then you bang her and then you don't want to see her anymore. So, I'm telling you, I've seen both sides. And I've seen girls that can't even smile or anything because they're wearing so much makeup, and they've got a boob job and a butt lift and all this different stuff, and they dye their hair till their hair falls out because they have to keep a peroxide blonde just so they can get dates. But then I've got other friends that make all these dating sites to go get on, and I had one guy friend that was saying every time he met a girl, she would never call him back, and she would this and that and that. I was like, well, can I see what you put on your dating thing? And for a long time, he didn't want me to see it. So finally I looked, and I'm reading through it and looking at the pictures. I go, this is really good, except for one thing. And he goes, what? And I said, there's nothing on here that shows me how tall you are. And he goes, well, I decided not to put it in there. And I go, well, if you go on a date and you're supposed to meet some girl, and by the pictures that I see, it looks like you might be 6 feet. And he was like, I'm not 6 feet. And I said, well, there you go. There's your problem. Because you have all these pictures that make you look tall, and then the girl goes there and she's a foot taller than you. She's embarrassed, and she feels like you lied to her because all the pictures make you look tall and you don't put it specifically in your thing. So she automatically knows she can't trust you because you didn't tell the truth. Now, did she look like the picture you said? He goes, yeah. And I said, well, there you go. That's why. Now, if you went on I had another guy that said every girl he went out with, it said average. Okay. And when he meet her, she weighed 380 pounds, stuff like that. So if you're not honest on your paperwork and you don't do FaceTime and talk and get to know each other, then you want a date and you get to see the person in person, it's going to be so much better. Because guess what? You know more about each other. You know that she likes this perfume, or she likes roses, or she likes daisies. And then she finds out that he likes a headbanging music. So when she picks him up in her car, she's playing some headbanging music for him, little things like that to show that you're interested in each other. And then it's starting off on the right foot. And then there's no way if I met a guy, I'm not going to jump in the sack with him when I just met somebody. I don't even know him. To me, that's a gift. That's something you share. It's an intimate thing. You don't just give it out to everybody. If you give it out to everybody, what do you have left for the person you're supposed to be in love with? See, that's why I'll never have anyone, because I'm a prude. I'm old fashioned. I'm boring. I'm not one of those girls, So, and I got lots of friends that are the same way as I am. So, but most of them have men, if they have guys that, talk to them, ask them questions, and they argue about something, but then they make up because they speak to each other. You see what I mean? That's why relationships don't last, because one does all the talking and the other one just goes, That's the problem. That's why I see so many people's relationships break up. And plus I have 4 sisters. So it's kind of hard not to pay attention to what's going on around you, because it's everywhere, And the fact that I like the company of guys, because guys think more about the things that I think are interesting than the women. The women are talking about romantic comedy movies and their nails, and I like getting my nails done, but I didn't do it until I was, 19. I wasn't grooming myself. I wasn't trying to be wear makeup and do all those things until after I was 20 years old. So I don't know. I'm a late bloomer. I didn't find out about how nice it was to get my nails done and learn how to put my eyeliner on properly, things like that. So different things are important to different people, but to me, I want a man that's honest with me, that will say, if I say, do you like my hair this way? And they'll say, well, I really like it when it's down. I would rather have that than have someone that's always telling me what I want to hear instead of the truth. And I think men want that too. A man would say, do you think these jeans look good on me? And I'll say, no, I think they're too short. I think you should have pants that are a little longer that make them, they don't look like they're high watered. Then you can wear different shoes with it too, and they'll still look like nice pants. Little simple things like that. I know girls who were married for 12 years and never farted. Every time she had to fart or go poop, she would go downstairs or go to another room. I mean, just how is that somebody that's actually, you can sleep together, but you can't poop when they're in the same room with you or whatever. It's to me, it's ridiculous the emphasis that people put so much onto in a relationship instead for things that are important. I don't know. Sorry, I got on this.
That's the one thing that got me, whenever I'd go to science fiction conventions and gaming conventions, and whenever I'd find somebody that seemed to be interested, the problem would always turn out to be the fact she already had a guy. And I'm like, damn, that sucks. And I'd tell the dude he was lucky as hell. And he's like, yeah, I know. And what was really messed up is times when the dude wasn't even into the geeky shit. It's like, I put up with it. I'm like, dude, she's cool. What the hell? Oh man. But yeah, I mean, it all boils down to some people just don't know how lucky they are.
Well, the thing is, though, it takes time, and it takes effort to make a relationship, to be friends with people, to learn about the other person. And if you're not willing to take that time, why would you believe that person should take time for you? If that person is not trying to learn about you, why are you wasting your time trying to find out everything you can about that one when that one's not even interested? See, it's going to be a one-sided relationship all the time if that's what you're pushing. You're pushing one person's doing the whole relationship. See what I mean? If one person's doing all the stuff and the other one's just like sitting around whatever, and they just take whatever, then sooner or later when you find out they're cheating, well, that's why. It's because they were never really in a relationship with you. You were in a relationship. And that's what's sad. I see that so much. And it's because people just want to have a family, or they just want to have a kid, or they just want to make their parents happy, or, whatever their dumb reason is, instead of being truthful and making the person you're supposed to be spending your time with happy. Because it doesn't matter if your parents are happy, because it should be what you want. It's your house. It's your life. Why are you doing everything now to please your parents when you didn't do it when you were at home? You see what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
None of it makes sense.
Well, one of the things that gets me, I've known so many different people in my life. I like meeting new people. One of the things I really enjoyed when I was out in Phoenix and worked at a Denny's was watching people during my breaks. I learned a great deal about the human condition by doing that. Hell, working any service industry job, you learn about people. A lot of times you can sit when they first come into the store, or the restaurant, you could tell who's going to be a good tipper and who ain't by just the way they interact with the wait staff and other customers while waiting to get a seat.
Mm-hmm.
And you also learn no two people are exactly alike. They might seem to be alike, but in the grand scheme of things, everybody is unique. You do have reasons why there are stereotypes, but usually a stereotype is something general and generic. But it all boils down to each person and the things that they've lived through and survived that shapes them.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, there are a lot of people in this world today that have been shaped by negative experiences in their life. And some of the negative experiences that they've faced in their life were self-inflicted. Be it because they were immature at the time, or they didn't know what the hell they were saying or doing, or they were so self-centered they did not see that they were hurting somebody else, and in the end it bounced back and they got the karma bite in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
But that's life. You're supposed to learn from it. It's supposed to help you develop to be a better person. That way, when your time on this earth comes to an end, you're ready for the next chapter in the next world. That you learn something important in this world when you go to the next one. There was a science fiction series that basically the premise of it was, what if your life in this world sucks so badly to prepare you for the next life that's going to suck even worse? And it was a science fiction setting, and it was wild because the next time, or the next world you ended up in after you died, was extremely deadly and extremely dangerous and very hard to live in. I cannot remember the name of it, but it was in
Well, if you figure it out, you can send it to me. I'd like to look into it or whatever.
Yeah,
But
it was pretty cool.
But can I play this thing I was going to play earlier?
Oh yeah, let's see it.
I want to share this one thing because this is one of the things that I think is important. Let me get down here real quick. I'll pause it. Okay, because we've been talking about the SAVE Act a lot, and then we had the SCOTUS rule, this ridiculous ruling, but not without a few side discussions, because I can't remember what his name is. What was the SCOTUS that was picked that Trump picked, not Comey Barrett, the other one? What was his name? Remember?
Kavanaugh?
What? Kavanaugh, yes. Kavanaugh gave I don't know what is it called when they give you this information about what you need to do when you come back to us about the same situation that they just ruled on.
A briefing.
Yeah, okay. He wrote a brief basically saying what he felt that they would come back with, that they would change, it would probably change the court's point of view about the citizenship stuff. And I haven't read it because I've been so busy. The last 5 days I've been doing nothing but working in my yard. I've been mowing and weed eating, trimming limbs, and trying to take care of my chicks and ducks and getting enclosure made and all that. And it's 109 heat index, and I've been just dying. And I've been getting cramps in my legs and my feet because I'm sweating more than I'm being able to drink to replenish it. And it's just been really tough. But I've been doing the best I can, and then still trying to do my stuff in my house, my laundry, and whatever else I have to do, because we all have responsibilities. But when you have a 4.5 acre yard, I mean, it's just a lot of work. And plus I had a man across the street that just put a mailbox in between my mailbox and my driveway, which I thought was illegal. And I've been having to go back and forth. I talked to the cops, and I've just had a buttload of shit that I've been trying to deal with. And it's a pain in the ass. But, you know, shit happens in your life. Okay. Bad shit, some good stuff. I've been having family issues. So I got tomorrow's the 4th of July, and I don't know what's going to happen, because if the wrong person shows up at this event, I probably won't stay. So it's shit. It sucks. It really does suck. But, you know, we all have to deal with it. And if all I did was think about all this shit, the bad shit, and not try to focus on what's the United States going to be like in 10 years from the choices that we make now. You know, I don't know. I'm praying it's going to be better, because I honestly believe, and I've said it before, that because of what happened when Trump was shot at in Butler, and he just happened to turn his head because the woman that put the screen up put it up in the opposite place that she normally would have it.
Yeah.
Okay. So to me, I believe it was a miracle. Okay. And I can't help it. I was gaming that day with Bruce, and I had a friend that texted me and said that Trump's been shot. And I immediately went and started watching all the live stuff on my phone.
Much to the fact that I said, don't do it.
I know. And I was crying, and I was very sad, because I felt like when someone wants to kill you like that, like they did Ronald Reagan too, it's because you're doing something right. You're pissing the right people off. That's why they want you dead. But God intervened, and he lived. And so did Ronald Reagan. They both lived. And to me, that means something. And I'm not going to quit and say, oh, fuck it. You know, I have no say. Votes don't matter. You can't vote your way out of it. The only way you can get rid of it is this, that, and the other, or whatever. I'm not going to do that. That's why I started doing this. That's why I started trying to share information to get people to start taking back their lives in their own towns, in their own communities, because that's the only place you can make a change. And what I was trying to explain is about all these senators. You got 2 senators from every state, and all of them are not working together for us. Okay. And we put them there because a lot of them, I know the ones I voted for, wrote on the Make America Great, and the other things about America First, that kind of shit. They vote on that. So that's why I voted for them. But right now, I'm not that happy with them, because they let me down. But the only ones that I can affect are the 2 from my state, which means I contact people in my state at the government level and say, you guys are fucking fucktards. If you can't even go there and vote to say that if you're not an American citizen, if you can't do that, then you should step down, because you're useless to us in this state. And that's all we can do. So if everybody in each of these states goes to their government and says that they want to get rid of those people that won't vote yes to save our country, to keep illegals, they have no, just like what I played earlier of God, I can't remember his name now, Miller, talking about if anybody and their brother that's never spent a day in this country can come here and vote for their country's benefit, right? And hurt us, because they don't give a fuck about me and you, because they didn't work here. They haven't put money into Social Security. They haven't tried to work towards in retirement. They haven't been paying taxes in their state. They haven't bought a house. They haven't bought a car. They haven't tried to raise their kids. Okay. They haven't done any of those things, but yet they have the right to make decisions by voting in our country, to make decisions of what's going to happen with our money, our lives, and our future, simply because it's going to benefit their Muslim country. How does that help me? How is that good for our country? It isn't. And the only way to fix it is to say they can't vote. Okay. So there's so many things that we can do, but yet they'll sit around and say, well, nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to worry about it. I can't do nothing. But then they bitch and moan that the things are happening in their state that they can't do anything about because they didn't vote, or they said fuck you and voted for the other guy just to piss people off. Just dumb shit like that. To me, it's ridiculous. I don't understand how you just quit, but you want to vote every week for your fucking football team. Rah, 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 rah. It's so fucking stupid. You won't fight for your country, but you'll fight because of your stupid football team that does this to you every time, when they won't even stand up and put their hand over their chest for their freaking flag. So I don't even watch football. I think football is fucked up. I think basketball is fucked up. I think all that's fucked up, because if you're one to fight and whine and complain about a football team, why aren't you doing it for your goddamn country? That's how I feel.
Yep.
And to me, I'm sick of that shit. And I'm sorry that I cuss, but I can't help it. When I get pissed off, I'm just like a sailor. I'm sorry. That's just what happens. But I'm going to play this because this kind of stuff to me is important, that people listen, and either if you don't agree, go do something about it. Change it. Make your comment, make a video, post it underneath this guy talking and saying fuck you or whatever you want to say. Do it to them. Bring your voice somewhere where someone else can hear it, and maybe something can change. But if you just sit in your house and bitch and moan about it, or you just go to the bar and bitch and moan about it, what's going to change? Nothing. So, I work the polls. I've passed out flyers. I have done a couple of music videos and other things for support of my candidate. So I'm going to play this real quick. I'm sorry. Here we go.
We've got 2 or 3 different ideas on how to make the Save America measures fit into the budget reconciliation process. As the name implies, it's got to be reconciling the budget. It's got to be tied to fiscal issues. And one of the ways to do it is to create a grant program to incentivize states to enact election integrity measures. There are other ways as well. We're discussing all those. That is going to be a big component of what we send to the Senate.
Yeah, well, that's it. Spot on. Thank you for all that. So anyway,
we've got 2 or 3 different ideas.
So his idea, because remember, his group of people had their stuff ready and sit to Thune's desk in February, and it's July, and they're still not done shit. So we got one half of our government that is working to help us, and the other half is just going, fuck it, who gives a fuck? That's the problem. So why punish these people, the ones that are doing the work, when we're not doing shit to make the people that are just sitting around going, fuck it? See, that's the problem. It's just like having 2 kids. You got 2 kids at home, one of them stealing from you, stealing your cigarettes, stealing the car keys, not doing their schoolwork, and just saying, fuck it. Okay. But now the other one is having to do 3 times as many chores, trying to do all their schoolwork and all the other stuff to make up for it, to make mom and dad not so upset because of this other kid that's doing jack squat. Okay. Instead, the parents just cry and whine about it. Oh, I don't know what we're going to do about this kid. He's going to go to jail, blah, 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 blah. Instead of saying, give me those fucking keys, get your ass in your fucking room, and you're grounded. You're not using my car. And they say, well, fuck you. And they leave. Well, you just call the cops and say your kid ran away, and you want to make sure that they're okay or whatever. You have to start holding the person that's doing the shit accountable and stop making the other people suffer for it. See what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I refer to the golden child scapegoat stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because there's been so many times I've seen it way too often where you've got a golden child who is a screw up, who just has good PR, and that good PR is usually the parents covering up for all their mistakes. And the one kid that's out there working their ass off, making the good grades, got a part-time job and stuff of this nature, trying to be the best person they can be, and no matter how good they get it, no matter how good they do, it's ignored. And one of the people I used to hang out with went through this. They were the scapegoat. And they were talking about the fact that they had been working extra part-time jobs because they needed major dental work that needed to be done.
Mhm.
And their older brother was going bald. And one day they came home and heard their mother talking to their soon-to-be bald brother, talking about they were going to go and get them hair transplants.
Yeah.
She didn't think nothing of it until it was time that she had got everything done, and the dentist was like, when do you want to come and do the dental work? Because she had made sure she had enough money for all the dental surgery that was going to be needed. She goes to the bank to get the money. Guess where the money was at? The mom had withdrew it all to pay for Golden Child Brothers' hair transplant.
Yeah, I've seen that happen in many families.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, that's something that is
Can I
more
say
common.
one thing about that? That happened to me. Not the teeth thing, but okay. Just like I said, I always felt like I was always doing things, whatever. And I had wonderful parents, and I'm still bragging on them. And I love my sisters, but I had a sister that I felt that she got more than I ever did, right? One thing is, I was told I had to get a part-time job or whatever every summer, and I did every summer I worked. I babysat, I worked at a chicken plant, I did whatever I could, mowed yards, I did what I could, and I had to walk wherever I went because I didn't have a car. Well, I had one sister that would cry. I mean, she had a couple jobs. I remember I was working hanging, chickens, live chickens. I don't know if anybody knows anything about chicken plants. I had to hang live chickens on the back dock, and I wore a zip up outfit because they're shitting on everything, and you're having to grab them live, and they're squawking and stuff, and hang them on this rack as they went down. Then they go through the stunner and they get their throat cut. So they go through a blood room after that before they started processing the chicken, right? Well, my sister got a job. What she would do is walk around outside and catch any chicken that happened to got loose. It's called catching strays, but you might get one chicken every hour or so. Okay. And she used to make fun of me while I'm in there doing that. And because she was pretty, she was blonde and pretty, had big boobs and whatever else, all that, all the things that I didn't have. And she was a year younger than I was, right? Well, my parents bought her a car, and they ended up buying her her own beauty shop. So I never got a car. I never got anything. I never got none of those things. So why? Why does a parent pick one kid over another and give them extra stuff? Because for whatever reason they do. They feel like that child needs it more, or whatever the reason is. But I never did ask my mother that. I never did ask my mother why. And my mother worried about me too, because I know my mother paid for me. She made me go to a modeling school one summer because she thought, I think she thought I was going to be a lesbian or something, because I didn't fix my hair. I wore blue jeans and a ball cap. I was just wasn't into it like my sisters were, other sisters, because to me, we had one bathroom, okay, and we all were in there trying to get ready to go to school and stuff. To me, it just wasn't worth it, and just wasn't into it. But I definitely wasn't a lesbian, and I like men. It's just that I had other things that I felt were more important than whether I had eye makeup on or lipstick, that kind of
You were
thing.
a tomboy, like my sister.
Yeah, I was a tomboy, and my mother was worried about me, so she made me go to modeling school to learn how to sit like a lady, cross my legs, hold my knees together, and cross your ankles and sit with your legs sideways, like you see secretaries doing stuff, that kind of junk. That's what I had to do that for a whole summer. That's what my whole summer was. I was stuck going to this, but I know my mom paid for it, and she would drive me 4 hours one way to go to this thing. So it was a lot of work for my mom, but I knew she loved me enough to try to do that, but she did it for the wrong reason. See, that's what I think, because she just assumed, instead of sitting and talking with me about,
I'm
my
gonna make a joke.
that's
Position ever. How bad does this chair hurt your ass, Janet? What do you mean, Bruce? What do I mean is that your mom's gonna sit you for 35 minutes. You're gonna feel every second, and she's like, "Are you sure you're not a lesbian? Are you sure you don't like women?"
My mother didn't tell me anything. I didn't know a single thing when I got married. I knew nothing.
What you should have done is get one of your girlfriends, go up to your mom, say, "Hey, mom, watch this," and then give her a kiss and go, "Ew, that wasn't nice. I don't like that."
No, I just never talked about stuff like that with my friends. I just never did. And I never talked about it with my sisters either. So I don't know. I'm just saying every kid's different. But what I'm saying is what you're talking about with the money and things like that, it happens I think in every family. I don't care how close knit we think it is, or how religious they are, or any of those things, especially when you have 5 kids, depending on how many children you have. Now, all the kids I knew that were single children that only had 1 kid, they never had these problems. They got everything they wanted. And some of them even turned out like spoiled, rotten brats. So, it's just depends on your situation, I guess.
I had a friend that was an actual only child that knows what the golden child scapegoat dynamic was all about, because the mom and dad spoiled the hell out of their dog. The dog could do no wrong. Dog knocked something over and broke it. It was his fault. Why did you break it? I didn't break it. The dog did. No, the dog didn't. Here's the video. Boom. It was hilarious. Because they said, even showed him the video of the home security system of the dog doing the shit I was getting blamed for. You're just jealous of the dog. And he's like, I want to kick him out of my house, because it was his house and he was letting them live in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, why don't you? They're my parents, and the church will give me shit. Honor your father and your mother. Go show them the video. You've got the security video of them bitching at you for the shit the dog did. Show it first to the pastor and say, I need some help with some counseling with my parents. Click and show it. I don't want to embarrass them. I'm like, dude, they're scapegoating you to treat the dog so well, man. But then they'll say, I really am jealous of the dog. I'm like, dude. Oh, God.
I was going to ask Bruce a question. Is Bruce is he back yet, or is he still gone?
I don't see him.
Yeah, I guess he got him left. But, the thing is that once we're an adult and we move out, we might have issues with our parents. Okay. We might have something that we feel like they weren't fair or whatever it was. Okay. But the thing is, once you're an adult and you have your own life, you have to make decisions for yourself now. Putting a roof over your head, whether you want to buy that furniture or that mattress for your bed, that kind of stuff. Because when I first had a place, I had a box spring and mattress on 4 milk crates. Okay. And I didn't have anything. I had one worn out chair that somebody left out on the curb, and I just cleaned it up and used it, because I just made the best of what I was able to get. But I didn't complain about it, because I was happy that I had a roof over my head, and that I was able to pay my own bills, that type of thing. So, it's your attitude toward whatever it is that you have. And every time I would get anything, like now, I don't do anything. This is my social life. I don't go to clubs. I don't go out to restaurants. I don't hardly do any of those things. I save my money to go on one vacation, depending on what it is going to be, how much money I'm going to have to save to do it. And
wait.
Yeah.
Question. What is this thing called a vacation?
Well, I'm lucky because I've been able to go on a trip. Like most of it's with families. Okay, like we'll have 3 or 4 sisters and some of their kids or whatever, and we'll make up a trip and say, hey, we're going to go to like one year was like 5 years ago. We went to Bull Shoals, Arkansas. I don't know if you've ever heard of that or not, but it's got like a little river and you can go trout fishing and stuff. And we rented a little cabin, Airbnb, which isn't that expensive because it's in Arkansas. And we rented the cabin for the weekend. And we fished. You trout fished and we kicked our trout over the grill and we hung out. We played games and listened to music and stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
But it costs money, And when we were there, the night we got there, after we cooked and everything, we could hear it started raining, and it rained and it rained and rained. Then we found out the next morning that the one bridge to get us in and out, was gone. It had washed away. So we weren't going to be able to leave. But it was fun. We had a good time, and only we try to do sisters vacations, what we call it, but only 3 of us got to go. So there's 5 of us. So,
Well, the one place I'd like, I want to go down to Florida to go and do a visit to Disney and Universal.
Yeah, I wouldn't waste my money on Disney if I were you. I've been there.
Well, I've wanted to go to Disney since I was in elementary school.
Well, Universal is good. And what was it you wanted to do at Disney that you really wanted to try? Because if you wanted to go to like the haunted house or a couple little things like that, make sure you buy a specific ticket just for those, because now it's so huge that it'll cost you, hundreds of dollars just to do that section of the park.
No, I just wanted to, as a little kid, my parents and grandparents one year asked me and my sisters what we wanted for Christmas. And we all said the exact same thing. We want to go to Disney. They said, okay, we will have a Disney Christmas. And we were like super excited, thinking we were going to have a Disney Christmas.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to need to see this one. So give me a moment. Turn the camera back on.
What are you going to show us? Oh my goodness.
You know what our Disney Christmas was? They walked over to the TV, turned it to ABC, and turned it on. The Wonderful World of Disney. And a whole bunch of Disney movies on VHS. That was our Disney Christmas.
Oh, well.
With a bunch of Disney movies on tape on the VHS.
Do you still have those movies?
Yes, they're up in the attic.
I was going to say they're probably worth money now because there's some versions you can't get now.
Yeah, one of the movies I really wished I could get my hands on that you can't get it in the States. I could buy it in the UK or Europe or Japan. And that Sound of Music, not the Sound of Music, but the Song of the South. Now, I'm a big Disney buff, especially when it comes to their movies.
Yeah.
Walt Disney fought for, I can't remember his name, but he played Uncle Remus and did Zippity Doo-Dah. He campaigned nonstop to get that man an Oscar. All these idiots say he was a racist. If he was a racist, do you think he would have went that far to get that man?
But look how they throw all the racism around. Everyone's a racist. If you disagree with them, you're a racist, or you're a Nazi, or you're a bigot, or whatever it is. They turned all that into nothing.
Time out. Hardwick in the chat.
Yeah. Oh,
zoom in on that.
This one.
The next one. That one.
Yep.
Please.
Oh yeah, he can find lots of stuff. He's really good with that kind of stuff.
Yep. Please do. Please let me know. And yes, it sounds like the We Have Disneyland at Home story. One of the funniest things that Eddie Murphy ever did. We got McDonald's at home. We do? Yeah, we do. And it turned out to be a big lump of meat between Wonder Bread slices.
Oh, hey, we used to do that. We used to make
Yeah.
our own hamburger stuff.
Still
I
do that.
remember one of the best breakfasts I ever had, and it was with my mom and all of my sisters, and she said because we were all begging for donuts. So what we did was take biscuits, and then we take them and we just pull them apart and make them, have a hole in the middle, and we throw them in deep fry them in grease. Take them out and we roll them in powdered sugar or brown sugar, depending on, what we wanted. And it was delicious. I remember doing that. So we did lots of good things like that. Like I've told people about we go to my grandpa's and he would milk the cow because he had a cow named Joyce, which is what my mother's name was. It was a Jersey cow. And he would pull on the teat and he would shoot it in our mouths, and stuff like that. So it was great. I mean, I had a great time. But what we would do is we get these old pickle jar, big one that they have at the store down the street where you could buy a pickle out. This one pickle, he'd get the empty one, and we put ice in there. We put sugar and cocoa in there, and then you put the milk in with all the cream and everything, and we just take turns shaking it. We'd be shaking it on the porch, all of us taking turns, and man, that was good. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I remember my grandpa doing. But my grandpa was he shoot horses for a living. So
My granddad taught me how to be a carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
And Bruce is back. There he is.
Here he is.
Sorry, I had to take it down.
What are you pointing at, Bruce?
My new lava lamp.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
I've missed having a lava lamp. I used to have one about up till 2 years ago, and then the ballast gave up.
Working?
Yeah, I changed bulbs, still no light. So I'm like, fuck it. This one here, I saw it over at Spencer's today because I had to go over there. And I do a lot of running around today, but this is the only retail therapy I've done in the last month, really.
So
Well,
you went to Teeny Bopper Heaven to go and get something.
Dude, first off, Spencer's Gifts is a Gen X store that has persevered like a festering wound throughout retail history. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? I love Spencer's Gifts, but let me tell you, seeing 40 different lava lamps between 12 and 17 inches in length right next to the decorative cocks that a woman or a man of exquisite taste, as he would probably tell you, even though you're like, no, you're a fag. There's like shelves of fucking lava lamps.
Porn stuff at your Spencer's.
You want me to get you a photo next time I go there for my companion lava lamp?
I have been to a Spencer's Gifts here in Arkansas.
Right
they didn't
there.
sell there. They sold
They
stuff. They sold T-shirts, gag gifts.
But next to the lava lamps, there's rows and rows of lava lamps. And then there's rows and rows of cocks of varying size, from your itty bitty Caucasian on pills to like your Mandingos. And I don't know, like,
men like this too, right?
Say again.
Men like those type of things too. It's not just women.
Well, that may very well be, but I don't acknowledge them as human. Just like I don't acknowledge a lawyer that's a communist as human. They're just a target that's been unrecognized by a bullet.
Okay, whatever. If that's how you look at it, you have the right to think that way. I said you have the right to think that way.
I do, because they have the right to be fucking faggots and retards, and proclaim that socialism is best, I got a right to think like,
See, I want to show that. Look, Kathy. See it? I want to show Kathy my tattoo. Isn't it pretty?
It is. It is. Been working on this little.
I just got this new heart right here, this top heart, because I got this right here and this little heart when my mom passed. And then I just got the new heart with my daddy just recently passed. I had that one added to it, like 2 rings. But is that lizard creature you finally finished painting? It turned out pretty good.
It needs a little bit more work, I think.
It doesn't have teeth?
No, it's plant.
I know, but I said it looked like a lizard when you showed it to me before you painted it, remember?
Yeah.
And I thought it had teeth.
No. No.
Can you put
no
it back up there for a second? I want to see its mouth. Okay, turn a little bit sideways.
No.
How is it going to eat something if it doesn't have teeth to tear it off?
I don't know. I have no idea, Janet.
You see those blue things? I thought those were like spikes, but they're not. They're just leaves.
Just leaves.
It must be poisonous then. If it doesn't need teeth.
Well, we are playing through one of the more interesting adventures that Necromancer Games wrote and published.
Well, here you go. She said, what's the lizard's name?
I don't know what this one's name is. Let me check Coral Dragon's website. Hold on. I just did a video on this earlier this week.
Its beak snips off the leaves. Well, I know my ducks and chickens, they like to eat leaves and grass and stuff. Bless you. He's just like me. I always use this sneeze and twos.
Hardwick's making me cry, man.
Aw. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Oh. Yep. And the fact that
it's almost midnight, you guys.
Yeah,
so I didn't get to bring up. Yeah, I didn't get to bring up all the stuff that I had listed, but I'm really getting really tired. I'm gonna have to get up early because my ducks and stuff are gonna start screaming for water, and I'll have to get them and put them outside. And I need to get up and start working on my duck thing again. So I'm trying to build I got an old, it's a dog pen, with the chain link. It's like square and it has a top on it, but you have to pull a tarp on over the top. Well, I'm having to cover the whole thing with chicken wire, and I've cut my arms all up. I got scratches all over my arms from that little things that come off the chicken wire like that. And I've been trying to get that all stretched and put it on with zip ties and stuff and secure it so that something can't get in there and kill them all, right? And then I'm gonna put a little pool that I bought with some step stones and stuff in there so that the ducks can have somewhere to swim, and put like a little house in there. I gotta find a little something to put in there for the ducks to get in at night, and or get in during the daytime to lay eggs or whatever. But then at night, I'm gonna take them to the coop and get them in the coop and run.
How do you keep them from the coyotes from getting to them?
Well, I shared pictures a couple of days ago on my YouTube of a black bear in my backyard. So I got another black bear. I had one a few times. So, and I have coyotes.
We're wanting to put a chicken coop down by my baby sister's house. Unfortunately, we got problems with coyotes, and so we've been trying to figure a way of setting up a chicken coop that the coyotes can't get into. And until we can figure that out, we're not going to make that expense.
Yeah, you guys, I'm gonna let you know this person right here, this Kathy, is one of my sisters. So
okay,
I figured.
See, says what she said. Have a good night. I'm with Janet. I got a long drive tomorrow, and it's the 4th. Happy 4th of July, everyone.
But what are y'all making for your July 4th cookouts?
I don't know for sure yet.
I want to make
my daughter's the one that come and told me, hey, we're going to be doing this, that, and the other. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I don't know. I've been just trying to get.
Go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Richard, go ahead.
I know tomorrow I'm running a game. So tomorrow will be basically like a normal day, a normal Saturday for me.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I don't get called into work, that's all I give a shit about. Because I don't want to be in 100-degree weather, sweating my balls off on the 4th of July for just overtime. Sorry.
If that happens, will you please take a photo for prosperity?
I have photos from today as well.
Because he said he's gonna melt his balls off. So I don't think that's ever happened, right? We're gonna have to get on the news. That'll be like a huge, something huge. I don't think I've ever heard about that before happening. It'd be interesting. Might be getting the Guinness Book of World Records. Get the Guinness Book of World Records for melted balls. And they're not chocolate.
Donate to Patreon so I can have some petroleum balls to replace the ones I've lost.
The only time I've ever heard about melted chocolate balls was on South Park. So
Bullshit, Janet. You remember the sweaty balls of Alec Baldwin, don't you? Sweaty balls.
What's that from?
It's SNL.
Oh, Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
A long time ago. A long time ago in the 90s.
You mean back when Saturday Night Live still was funny?
I sent you my link. You can put it in the chat too.
I liked Mad TV. The link in the chat is in the private. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Oh,
yeah. Essentially, something I wrote something last year. I'm still working on it, but this is the version that I want to put out there now. It's some poetry I wrote for the America, so you can just go out. Everyone share out there. I probably put it out there on X right now. I wrote it back in last year, but this is the everyone can reshare that for the 4th of July.
Okay, you're in my Discord, aren't you, Ruben?
Me?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay, because I have been posting. I posted one of my outlines for a script I wrote.
Yeah, I don't really go on Discord at all.
Oh, okay. Well, I need to share it with you because you were saying you were interested in reading something.
Yeah.
I'll have to send that to you because I haven't gotten any feedback really from it. I posted it. I thought somebody would say something about it.
I haven't even. You send me the link on Discord and I'll look at it. I haven't even looked at it yet.
The post-apocalyptic story line you posted.
Yeah, that's the outline.
Really
I think I thought it was good, but right after I gave it to him and he liked it, the actor that wanted me to help him do this, and then COVID happened. So, nobody was doing anything. Everything, all movies and that kind of stuff stopped because of masks and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's midnight time to get to bed.
She doesn't want to do movies while she wears a mask.
Not me. I'm not going to do it.
You need to find a kid that has got that wholesome look to be the survivor kid that's going.
He was a. I'll show you a picture of him. It's on the website that I have my stuff on, but I'll get a picture of him for you so you can see what he looks like after. If you don't believe
face, I'm
yeah,
super baby face.
Yeah, I'll show you. You're gonna love it because he's the one that I was talking to about doing it. But we'll have to wait till after we're not live and all.
Yeah. Let's get to bed.
Okay, so does any of you guys want anything else you guys want to share before we say goodbye to
Well,
everybody and happy Fourth?
Good night.
One thing I would like to share with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
Think about the
find
things you love in your life.
Do what?
What was that, Bruce?
Hold on.
God, I'm kind of afraid to find out what he's going to do.
He's going to do
why
the
would you
full
be afraid?
Monty.
Why would you ever be afraid, Janet?
Because
What?
I have no idea what you're about to show us.
He's going to do a cross between Magic Mike and the full Monty.
I want to share with you. No. Janet, share this as the last thing, and then cut.
Okay, hold on. Let me see what it is.
Donation. There you go.
This.
I'm broken up. Yeah.
Did you hear what it was? The 2B thing?
No.
No.
That's not it. Or is that a commercial?
No.
The private.
That's what I clicked on it and it
Private
opened
chat.
up.
The private chat.
Listen, you're not listening to me. I clicked on what it says Bruce at 12:01 in the private chat, and it opened up and it said something to be.
Oh, it's a commercial first.
Heavy
You have
metal.
commercials
Okay,
first.
well, I don't want to play the commercial, so let me pause it, and then I'm going to show you. But if it's something I'm
You
going
want
to
me
get
to share
a copyright for,
You want me to
I
share
don't
it? Because I can actually.
for it. I already have 2 strikes right now. I can't afford to get another one. That's what I'm trying to say. What is it?
It's the Star Spangled Banner heavy metal for Happy 4th of July.
I know, but if it's on a YouTube channel, I'm not going to play it.
Okay.
Yeah, you might get struck for copyright.
I will. I know I will. Stan Bask, if I had his permission, I would definitely play it.
Yeah.
Because I used to listen to all his stuff.
Well, YouTube, you're running faggot retard time. Fuck you.
But one thing
God
like
damn it. I couldn't even stream this for Rumble tonight.
everybody.
Okay.
Share the
Sorry,
stuff you
Bruce.
love with
I
others.
can help it. I got 2 strikes because I talk about pedophiles and child molestation and stuff like that, human trafficking. That's why I've had strikes against my channel,
Yeah,
and I can't risk it because of something dumb like that. I just can't do it. But you can do it if you want.
I will fucking do it. I will do it. But you know what? I won't do it on this faggot network at fucking YouTube. I'll do it on fucking Rumble, where they fucking love shit like that. And there's not a single reason as to why it shouldn't be shared. And for crying out loud, it just pisses me the fuck off. Like, God damn it, YouTube. I've got strikes on my channel too.
I will. The thing is, if I lose my channel, I lose Janet from Another Planet. The name Janet from Another Planet on my YouTube. And I worked really hard for 5 years to get where I'm at. So it's not because I'm a bitch. It's because YouTube hates my ass because of what I say. And
they hate me doubly more than you because you eclipsed my subscriber count in 1/3 of the time that I've had my channel. Just think about that. My channel's so throttled, and I don't give a fuck about YouTube. I have had more consequential shits in my life than whatever I gave a fuck about YouTube. It's such a goddamn miserable network of punchable faces. Fuck everything about that faggot fucking company from fucking California.
remember, it's owned by Google.
I don't care.
Yeah.
It is. It is. The people that are right for the goddamn wood chipper.
So, But thank you, everyone who hung out with us for a little while, and hope we had some informative information for you, and hope you enjoyed yourself a little bit. So, but thank you very much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I hope you like my outfit.
Everybody. Bunch of
Happy
colors.
birthday, America.
Boys and girls all over the world are being abused and tortured.
The worst moments of these children's lives, they're being videotaped and they're being shared with other offenders all over the world.
Many people would refer to this as CSAM, child sexual abuse material.
They are suffering and they don't think that anyone is coming to help them. But we can. We can build that army and we can go get them.
Come be a part of this team that is trying to push back this evil.